How are you doing? Welcome to my live. This is going to be for the fire signs. Hope you guys don't mind. Since we're nearing the end of the month, I figured I'll just do the elements for August. My back has been killing me. Oh, so I took a CBD pill. Hopefully that will help. It seems to be helping right now. And then I have my CBD oil for my back, so hopefully that also helps. But yeah, I've just been trying to rest it up and not stress. So my back is good. It's doing great. Usually it goes out completely for like 2 weeks. Hasn't done that in a couple years. So I think right now I'm doing good as long as I mentally and emotionally and physically take it easy. So that's why I've been a little MIA a couple days, but now you guys know. So I'm going to come in now strong for the fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, all the power players of the zodiac. You guys are the leaders. You guys are the ones that initiate. The initiators of all different kinds of things. Initiators in their career, initiators emotionally, sexually, intimately. Initiators in getting a project done. You guys are the go get it kind of people and the doers. So I'm really excited to read your energy and see what's kind of going on with you. I feel you guys are being very classy. I think you guys are really into music. I felt some strong music vibes today. Maybe you're listening to your favorite songs or just in the groove. Maybe you're feeling in sync with life, but I feel there's a lot of harmony in music for you, and that's something really strong. All right. Just gonna get some energy for you before I start. Fire signs. Give me a message for the fire signs. We have the world upright. Interesting. So something's completed. There's a cycle done. It's over. Something is finished. This is very good for you. This is a new beginning for you. I'm feeling like you have a whole new outlook on life. And this is Pisces energy also. Maybe you have a Pisces moon, or maybe you're a cusper with another water sign. But I feel a lot of intuition is being brought to life for you mentally. So this is a refreshing, reinvigorating kind of energy. We have leaving. Someone is walking away. So fire signs, someone is just done with something, walking away. Some of you guys may be just packing your bags, going on a trip. But a lot of this energy for the Leos and Aries and Sagittarius is I am leaving. I am walking away from a situation. I feel with the world and leaving, a lot of you, emotionally speaking, are letting something go. Okay? Probably someone. You're letting go of a grudge, or you're letting go of your hanging on to someone. You're just letting go. You're no longer hanging on to something or anyone at this time. You can't stop giggling? Okay, so communication is coming in. So phone calls, text messages, all these kinds of different things, maybe emails. You're really communicating a lot. Maybe not with your person, but a lot of you are. But this is just on the phone, very, very busy. Making appointments, scheduling things, getting returns done, calling banks, calling creditors, calling to get sales opportunities, retail stuff. You guys are just calling. You're on the phone communicating a lot. This is going to be happening over the next 48 hours, where you guys are just going to be really busy on your phone. Texting or communicating with family. Maybe you're going to notice that brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, lovers, people are just going to be reaching out to you a lot more than normal. And I think this is your third house is being activated here, your communications hub, Gemini energy. And that's being highlighted for you right now. And so this, as Rahu transits out of there, I think you guys are going to be noticing a lot more stabilization with the people you communicate with. Relationships are going to be established and be more level. What I mean is, if you've been arguing with someone, you're not going to argue anymore. You guys are going to come to an agreement, and it's going to be settled. If you're going through some kind of mediation with someone, it's been all high up in the air, tense. Now it's going to be down level, calm. You may not come to a resolution, but through some mediation, it's going to be chill. It's not going to be a problem anymore. Anyways, I just feel like you guys are going to be meeting a nice stabilization here. If that's even a word. You guys know I make up words. The next, oh my God, the next card is letting go. Who gets that in one reading? Seriously, the world, leaving, letting go. And this is for all the fire signs, okay? You guys are taking the lead and walking away 100% of someone, a situation, or whatever the matters may be at hand concerning you. Yep, this is I closed the door stuff. No longer interested. They had my attention, but they don't anymore. Someone has lost the fire sign's attention in regards to love. So now I'm going to kind of just get a peek into your love situation. Ace of Swords. Yeah, you cut them to the quick. This is good though. Healthy cleansing. Okay, this is a cleansing card. Ace of Swords, fresh, brand new start, clear, concise, brand new beginning. Also, you becoming honest. Honest with yourself and honest with other people. So the Aries-Leo-Sages have gotten clean. They've come clean. Yeah, Page of Swords with someone. It's like you've said your piece. I've said my piece and I'm walking away. The rest is up to you. So that's what I see. I feel like you guys have done your best. You've done your all. What more could you do? What left is there for the fire signs to possibly put into a situation? You're at the point where I've put all I can, and I'm definitely not interested in pursuing this anymore. If you're interested, you know where to find me. And that's that getting straight to the point with that Ace of Swords. You're also getting very direct with an air sign, most likely a Libra. You guys are getting very direct and letting go of a Libra or walking away from one to make them see the light. Let's see what's going on. Give me a message for the fire signs, please. Give me a message for the fire signs. Fire signs only. Well, we have new information at the bottom of the deck. So this might be new information for some people. It might be new information from you. We have repetition. This is, I've been telling you this over and over again. I've been beating a dead horse over and over again stuff. I have gone over this and over this again, and I'm done going over it. You are sticking to your guns and you're sticking to your word. In regards to children, look, I told you 1,000 times this is what it had to be. Now I am definitely enforcing the punishment. The warnings have been too many. I'm cracking the whip. I'm putting down the law. When it comes to a relationship and love, it is the same thing. I have boundaries, healthy boundaries right now. And you're not serving me with your emotional, mental, physical, or spiritual abuse. I am putting a wall and block to that, which is this Ace of Swords. Almost tower-like, but in a much nicer way. And you're just saying, look, you're not going to do that anymore. Whatever happens to you, whatever comes your way, so be it. I'm leaving. And the protection that you had from me is also leaving. So I feel like somebody in the fire energy has been protecting someone. Maybe you've been protecting them through the law. Maybe you've been protecting them with your silence. Maybe you've been protecting them with financials. Whatever this is, fire sign, you're no longer giving that shelter and protection. You're letting everyone know that, you're not going to be taken advantage of, not even in the slightest. And so this is a complete new information for everyone else to realize, whoa, fire sign means business. This fire sign is definitely not one to be fucked with right now. You just put down the iron fist. And that's really what's going on. So let's go ahead and see what's going on in the DM-DF relationships. I will go ahead and do a singles and a taken. Okay, to, split this up a little bit for you guys. Divine Masculine. Divine masculine fire energy. Let me pick up on your soul's energy. Woman holding a coin. In reverse, bottom of the deck, caring connections. Fire sign, you're not giving money to a woman that you're in a caring connection with. Or because you're in a connection, you may not be giving money to a woman that you owe money to. This woman could be a lover, most likely. This woman could also be a mother that you owe, or a sister, or a best friend, a grandmother. But there's a female that the fire sign in the masculine energy is not paying back to. So you may be coming in owing money to someone you're in a caring relationship with, okay? So that's right off the bat for the DM fire signs. You may owe money, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying you did something wrong, you're a dark, evil person. I'm saying that maybe you're in some debt, okay? And this is definitely on your mind because you're trying to get clear. You're trying to manage your debt, okay? You're not trying to be in debt, so you're trying to make healthier choices. And being in debt with someone leaves you feeling uncomfortable. You feel out of control. Let's see what else is going on. Divine masculine. And keep in mind, you know, if this is reversible, maybe somebody owes you money, and that's perfectly possible. But how I'm reading it for the divine masculine, you came in with a woman holding a coin in reverse and carrying connections. So that's how you came in. But if your person is who I'm reading for, it could be them. Okay, maybe they owe you money in some way. But either way, I do feel a female is the one that is owed the money here. Okay. Spirit, guide me, please, on the fire sign. Show me the fire sign's life right now for the masculine. Working on repaying a debt. Working very heavily on making money. Look how you came in. The world. We had this just a minute ago. Number 29. The world again. So there's definitely an ending for you. You're definitely fixing something, completing something. You're working really hard towards a completion. Okay, you want to be done with something. What is it you want to be done with? What is it you want to be done with? What are you working on? Show me what you want to be done with. What is it you are finished with? I might just go ahead and take every single card that came out. I have a Queen of Cups. This could be a Cancer person, someone with the sign of Cancer. It could also be Pisces, okay, or Scorpio. But again, it's a feminine energy. It looks like this fire sign wants to be done with a water feminine energy. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, we have a Knight of Wands. He's very hot, isn't he? I know. I know, guys. What can I say? We have a 10 of Wands, the burden. We have a 10 of Pentacles, legacy, family, marriage, home, work. We have death. And let me scoot this out of the way. We also have a King of Pentacles. Masculine energy, earth sign. Divine masculine, you're working really hard towards clearing up and completing a cycle with a Queen of Cups. It looks like you want it to be over with her, okay? If this is a man, you really love a woman that's the sign of Cancer or Pisces or Scorpio, sun sign most likely. And you're really in love with this person. However, you are working really hard to complete some kind of a cycle with her. It looks like you don't want to continue the relationship. You no longer want to give to the relationship, so you're trying to work on ending it. However, here's where the problem comes in. There's still a lot of sexual passion and romance and love between you guys. Okay, it's very hard for you to move on knowing you still have feelings for this person. So it looks like you've tried to move on and commit to some kind of a marriage or contract, some kind of a living situation with an earth sign. Okay, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. But that's ending. Okay, you're having a death of that connection as well. So it looks like all of your connections are falling apart. And that's what this World card is. Because with the Three of Pentacles, there could be three people, okay? And Leo masculine, Aries masculine, Sag masculine, whatever this reading is for you guys, you're trying to clear this up. But how are you going to do that when your feelings are still involved? Yeah, here's the repetition. We got the repetition card. This has been going on and on and on for quite some time. And bottom of the deck is I know better. Okay, so you know better, but yet this is going to go on and on and on and on for you. Why are you pushing it to this limit? Why are you pushing it to this place? Currently, I just feel... What the heck happened here? Currently, I just feel like you're trying so hard to make everybody happy. It looks like you're trying to please everybody. But that's not going to work for you because you're denying yourself. And that's that Ten of Wands. You're denying your own passion. You're denying your own lust. You're denying your own heart with the Queen of Cups. This explains a lot. You're stuck. You're stuck in this situation. Because where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Okay, so you want to quit working things out with this Queen of Cups, Divine Feminine? Yet your relationship with an earth sign feminine is ending also. Are you going to end up alone? And are you okay with that? Growth is painful, change is painful, but stagnation is agony. So you're stuck because you're in a rock and a hard place right now. You want to end things with her, but you love her. And her could be a him, but that is the stuck energy you're in. Okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Bottom of the deck, soul work. Meditation actually works. Try it. Soul work. So maybe try that, masculine. Try to meditate. You need to meditate on what you really want and how you really feel on the situation, because obviously you're in a rock and a hard place. I don't know what you're up to, but we're going to find out. Show me some more information, please, about this connection, this caring connection for the masculine fire sign. Show me this connection. Yes?
Mom, why are you walking in this room?
Because I told you I need to work.
Why are you walking in this room?
Hang on, guys.
You were kind of supposed to walk and we're the other room upstairs.
No, baby, I like it in here.
But you can't. Mom, I want radios.
No. I'll be right back, guys.
Mom, I hate the Sammy movie.
You hate the Sammy movie. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I really am sorry for that interruption. So masculine, this is about your caring connection with someone I feel you owe. You're well aware of it. What is more of the connection between you guys? So we have forgiveness. So this relationship really is crying out for forgiveness. It looks like this person that you're wanting to end things with really wants you to fix things and come back together. So I think that this other person wants to work on this. Meanwhile, you want to end this. Bottom of the deck, wow, you got I'm sorry. So there's an apology that needs to be made also in this connection. You need to say sorry to this person, okay? It looks like an apology is needed. There's somebody waiting for an apology so they can forgive you, so you guys can work on this. But you're hitting a brick wall because you're being very stubborn and you're trying not to fix this. Bottom of the deck, I already have refreshing and mending bridges. It would be very refreshing if you just mended the bridge with this person. It would feel really good if you could actually work on that. Yeah, it looks like you guys need to have the talk, okay? But maybe you're refusing communication with this person, and this woman, this female or feminine energy, if it's a man, is really interested in working this out with you. Okay. Why are you being so difficult? Let's get that. My dear masculine fire sign, why are you being so hard to work with? Why are you being so difficult and stubborn? Okay. Why are you being so hard to work with? Why are you frustrating? Let's see. Why are you frustrated? Why are you stuck? So we have gossip. I'm ashamed of what I said. So they lied. Okay, masculine, you lied. And if this is reversible, please reverse it. But masculine fire sign, you gossiped, or you allowed gossip to happen in regards to this relationship. So now you're ashamed of all the rumors that were spread, all the words that were said, and the things that were done in regards to this caring relationship that you're trying to close the book on. In fact, you're trying not to remember this relationship at all. You're trying to close the book and not recall the sexual connection you had, the romantic, loving connection you had. You don't even want to remember this. You want to close your mind on this. But we have the pleasure card. Nothing comes close to how deep you please me. So this person is very sexually arousing for you. Okay, so there's a very deep, intimate, close relationship with Queen of Cups. It is very intimate. And yeah, you know better. You know you want to go back, but you know, obviously you're trying to make things work with this earth sign who is coming in a very masculine energy. So listen, masculine, if you're a fire sign masculine and you're dating a, let's say, female, she's coming in a very strong masculine energy, okay? She may be fire or earth as well, okay? Maybe somewhere around the border of, you know, Virgo, Leo, or something like Aries-Taurus. But this person is very, very stubborn and masculine. Can I just say, two masculines don't make a fit. I don't mean physically, like your actual body's sex organs. I mean that two masculine energies do not mix. I don't care what sex you are, but your energy needs to be a feminine and a masculine. Two masculines don't work, okay? So what's going on over here with this new relationship? It's not working. It's too masculine. You're going to butt heads. And this is what's going on with this death card. This is going to die and end because the person you're with is too much for you. They're too forceful, too demanding. They have too many burdens on you. Notice we have the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. 10, 10. New beginning. And then you have death, which is an ending. Okay, over here you have the World, which is an ending and a new beginning. So far, masculine, you're really resonating with this death and ending and new beginning energy, but here's where you're stuck. You still have feelings for someone that you're trying to move on from. Bottom of the deck here is, it feels like I'm slowly losing you, fading. So if I haven't already hit the needle on the head, or the nail on the head, if you guys know the saying, then this may not be your reading. Okay, but if I have, you know exactly what I'm talking about, whoever this is for. Let's go ahead and get some messages on what's going to be happening to you currently, masculine, if you keep denying the situation. Okay. What's going to happen if you keep denying yourself, your heart, your feelings? What's going to happen for you? Wow. Interesting. Six of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the Lovers. What's going to happen to you eventually, hun, is you're going to miss this person so much that you're going to reach out, because this is fate. Six of Cups, Cancer energy again. Here you are, Page of Pentacles, a new beginning. It's taking the first step in a new beginning. This is a phone call. This is a visit. You're going to reach out. Your heart is going to miss this person so much that you're going to have to reach out. Also, we're talking about coins here. Page of Pentacles. It's a physical child. Okay? For some of you, this person could be having a child in connection with this Queen of Cups who is a mother. There could be a father, mother, children, or child situation here, where you need to go back and give to this family that you're trying to close the chapter on, trying to close the book on, but you can't because you still have emotions here. If that is the case for you and you have a child with someone, it means please say sorry, because they're waiting for that. They want you to apologize. They're ready to forgive you. They're ready to have a reunion with you, some kind of a reconciliation, and they're ready to mend the bridge. Okay, mending bridges. They're ready for that. And that's if they have a child with you. Bottom of the deck, you won't believe this. You had the Lovers card, Gemini energy, and underneath that is the Ten of Cups, more Cancerian energy. So we have 1, 2, 3 Cancerian cards, by the way. Just putting that out there. But we also have 3 tens, 10, 10, 10. So the energy of 3 is super strong, Empress energy, nourishing, healing, okay? Nourishing and healing this relationship. You guys are going to have a comeback. If you keep denying this person, you're going to miss her so much that you're going to want to reach out. Now, if this is for somebody that does not have children, you're just single, no kids at all, I'm going to do that reading in a minute because this wouldn't be a reading. But if you are kind of still attached to someone, but there's no children involved, I would say, even though we have children all up in here, children, we're going to go ahead and focus on something else by saying this could be a new beginning for you, that there needs to be a renewal, a rebirth of this situation. But again, you're fighting your feelings and you can't fight them for long. You love this person. This is the right person for you. This is the soulmate. This is fate. Spirit's going to give you guys a push in the right direction. Show me what else is going to happen. Walking away. Interesting. If you don't reach out soon, then all that letting go, I'm leaving, walking away, the world, it's over, is going to happen. And I think you've been wanting that to happen. But there's going to be a female, maybe a female with dark hair, dark eyes, that's going to walk away from your situation, fire sign, if you don't reach out and say sorry. They are going to put their foot down, and they're definitely going to say enough is enough. You're either going to come and give this a rebirth, a renewal, a restart, or I will put my foot down on this. But again, you're trying to walk away. Let's go ahead and read Woman Holding a Coin. In reverse. What number is that? 42. Somebody could be of the age of 42, if that means anything for anyone. Or going into that age soon. Okay. So the woman holding a coin is a female connection in money, health, and value. Reverse, this card can indicate that you're feeling unsure or fearful about finances or even some health issue. It could also reveal a lack of value for yourself and your own life. Pointing to someone else when this card comes in reversed, it shows a woman who may be reducing your own money or simply may not have your best interest in mind regarding your financial affairs. It could also be someone who devalues you or criticizes you or causes you to doubt your own value. It could even be that the harmful energies of a woman from the past are still influencing you today. Fire sign, be aware that you don't have to let anyone else's negative vibration influence you at any time. Release a toxic connection of someone that you may be with and free yourself to define the value of yourself no matter what. So this, I really feel it is an earth sign, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Fire sign masculine, if you're with someone, male or female, in those signs, in that energy, please keep in mind that this is a toxic person. So regardless if it's a third-party situation or not, there is someone here that's toxic and causing problems. They do not think of you in high regard. They do not care about your financial situation. They've damaged it. You've allowed a relationship to come in and damage your finances and your health, and maybe even your family or legacy. You've been very burdened because you've allowed some partner to influence you in a bad way, be it a mother, lover, boss, whoever. You've allowed this person to influence you, and they have achieved a financial level of damage in your life or health, maybe both. You are stuck between a rock and a hard place because you found yourself already committed to this other person, even though it's a burden, and you know better. You found yourself talking a lot of shit with the gossip card. That's not true. And really feeding the fire, adding the fire to what didn't need to be added, okay? You've really helped this fire grow out of control. And if you don't watch it, this other person that you still love and have a connection with, they're going to walk away. You're trying to walk away too. I get it. You're trying to just say, too much water under the bridge. It's over. We can't fix this. But let's see what Spirit has to say about everything. Spirit, what do you want to tell the Divine Masculine fire sign? It said friendship, by the way. Friendship may come out, but that slipped because of me. So I don't want to pull it out if it doesn't have to be. Spirit, what do you want to say about this to the Divine Masculine fire sign? Judgment and forgiveness. I think forgiveness is order of the day. I think really what has to happen for the fire signs is you need to apologize. Say you're sorry. What did you do that was so bad? Okay, what did you do? We have a very harsh judgment here. It's time to make things right. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. But in forgiveness, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Okay, so this is why you're stuck, and this is why things have been blocked. You've made some very hard judgments on this lover who really wants to work this out. And to be honest, it looks like the wrong judgment, because Spirit really wants you to forgive and move on, and complete this grudge cycle and go quickly into putting down your burdens of the past, putting down a burden of some earth sign that you're committed to, and being reborn into this caring connection. And that's what I feel is going to be happening. So let's just go ahead and read this for you. I understand that everyone has their own unique challenges and path, but we are all spirit. We are all the same. It's only the roles we have chosen to play here on this earth that make us so different. The biggest lesson that I have to learn, and that I have chosen to learn, is that there are so many situations in this physical dimension that it is possible to incarnate into. But I chose this one. And the core lesson is for me to look past these illusions and see myself in everyone. Each soul has chosen its own struggles. And I have a task that is not to judge how someone goes about overcoming these obstacles, but to assist that soul and help them improve. Spirit has given me the tools of compassion and empathy to help me see through the eyes of those who appear different. And my ego has taught me that making other people feel insignificant or inferior have allowed me to feel better about myself in some way. But this is an illusion. By diminishing others, I've only diminished myself. I need to always learn to follow the golden rule that I will treat others as I would like to be treated. Everyone in my life is here to teach me a lesson and something about my own self. I have to accept that lesson with love and understanding. And that's the judgment. It's seeing yourself in this divine feminine, seeing yourself in this significant other. Okay, masculine? Turning to the divine feminine energy is this. Now that I've read your reading, I really picked up that you and your divine feminine are having a struggle. You're having a struggle in communication, which needs to come in. You're having a struggle because you want to end everything with this divine feminine, but you can't. There's unfinished business. And you're also in strong denial of how you really feel about this person. And you've convinced yourself through heavy judgments that through gossip, you don't like this person, you feel very strongly against this person, or you've decided very strongly against this relationship. And it's from a false judgment that came from a false sense of who you are. And you've also been listening to false people who've influenced you on this path. It's a time for you guys to end this cycle because the lesson has been learned. Can you see yourself through this person's eyes? Yes. Can you see this person's perspective and point of view? Yes. Then lesson has been learned. You see the pain that you've caused and the pain that they've caused you. It makes no matter. You need to do some soul work here because you know better than to run away without forgiveness. It's like going to bed angry. And you guys have unfinished business, and I think Spirit has something completely different in mind for you guys, which is a union, a happy family, and some kind of a loving reconciliation that's emotionally satisfying for the both of you guys. Seen right here in the Six of Cups, Ten of Cups, Lover's energy. There's a lot of love between you guys. Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love, and slamming the door on that is foolish. So let's read forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks my flow of love. I can never flow with my natural energy of love unless I release the negative energy or hate, anger, intolerance, or blame. Every soul in my path has free will, just like me, and I have no control over that. What I do have control over is how I react to the manifestations of others' free will. Me holding on to this negative energy of unforgiveness will strengthen karmic cycles, and forgiveness can break that pattern. which is why I have the World card twice and the leaving, letting go, walking away. It's ending a karmic cycle and pattern. Because the most important person I must learn to forgive is always myself. Blaming myself for others' failures blocks the natural flow of love. And blaming myself for everyone's experience that may be negative or positive is giving myself too much credit, because we all have free will. Like attracts like. And if I want to stop this block and let my flow of love become natural, which will attract all good things to my life, it starts with my forgiveness. Forgiveness of myself and forgiveness of my lover's path as well. Because it's important for the divine feminine to know that it's not solely the masculine's fault that everything went awry. A lot of us like to think that way. A lot of us like to place the blame there. And we have to realize like attracts like. The same way when people go to therapy and counseling with a psychologist, when they've been pursuing narcissists in relationships and marriages, they realize that they were codependent and they were needy of feeling needed. And they realized that they were always trying to become the healer or the mother and not nurture themselves. So there was a lack of self-love. And I want you guys to look at that just as an example of the yin and yang. A narcissist is completely full of themselves. And someone who becomes part of a narcissist relationship is completely not full of themselves. They're full of everybody else or someone else specifically. And that's when you have the have and the have-nots. You have the person who wants nothing to do with themselves, doesn't love themselves at all, and the person that does nothing but love themselves. And that's why they attract each other like magnets. Okay, you have this positive and negative kind of force, which is, you know, it feels like a soulmate relationship, and you're like, well, we fit. Yes, but just because something's magnetized, because like attracts like, doesn't mean it's healthy. There's a healthier way. The healthier way is loving yourself, both of you, but embodying your feminine energy and someone embodying their masculine energy. And that means for a masculine, you have to embody protectiveness, responsibility, accountability, strength, endurance, physical strength also, mental strength. This is an area of wellness in your life. It's mental and it's emotional, it's physical. And when the masculine embodies that wisdom and health and vitality, he becomes a leader. And that's when he's at his most masculine. And for the feminine to be her most feminine self, it is to embody love, nurturing as in keeping a healthy home, keeping a healthy lifestyle, attending to her hair, her beauty, her exterior, as well as the interior, always being an alluring, natural energy that attracts people to a higher power. You are, in essence, the flower that blooms in a garden that's tended by the masculine. So the feminines need to be the flowers. The masculine needs to be the gardener. Together they make a beautiful scenic garden, but one cannot be without the other here. And again, that's a much healthier vibration where like attracts like. And you can see both energies attract each other, but one is healthy and one is not. And so anyways, where I'm going with that masculine fire signs is, you know not to gossip. You know not to spread rumors and lies. You know not to be with toxic people that take advantage of you and don't have your best interest at heart. You know better. You have a very strong instinct here, but you've allowed yourself to go be with some kind of a toxic person that you've allowed yourself to become entangled with or connected with by some contract or children. Okay, even if it's just a karmic contract. The smartest thing for you to do is just let that die, take accountability and responsibility, and move into your true path, which is forgiveness and healing with the divine feminine. Now, this is all going to start with you loving your feminine side, because we all have a masculine and feminine energy, but you should start embodying your feminine side, which is about your dreams, your feelings, your tears, and your emotions, your heart, which has been denied. So you have not been allowing your feminine side to flow. You've been blocking that. Once you open that gate, the floodgates of emotions and feelings and thoughts of feminine energy, your divine feminine is going to flow back into your heart, and you're going to feel what you've been denying yourself from feeling. And then you can become unstuck. Now, in this new energy, you're going to feel a lot of pain because there's going to be a lot of change. And that's what the pain is going to be about, is your denial. Your pain's going to be you denied this connection and it hurt you in the long run. And maybe years have passed. 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. Maybe there's been a substantial amount of time that you're going to feel like you wasted. But I'm here to tell you, you did not waste your time. You did some very good soul work. You've done some very hard lessons. And it's very refreshing to have this new beginning with the both of you again. So let's go ahead and read this walking away. Walking away from the karmic situation and walking away from a grudge or bad judgment. Letting go and moving on. This card shows someone walking away from an existing situation. She is closing the gate behind her and is walking away into a misty, unknown future. This card upright reveals that it could be a time for you to make a similar decision. There may be something that you're finished with, perhaps a career or relationship, but the familiarity of the situation may be exciting, but you're now ready to look at your options at the open road ahead. In reality, an important new beginning is at hand.
Mama.
What?
What I'm trying to go get me?
No, I put Iron Giant videos on for you. Go potty right now, and then I'll fix it.
Mommy, which I'm trying on your phone?
No.
From Amazon.
No.
Then which other one?
The walking one.
Mom.
What? Sorry, guys.
Mom, I thought you were going to give me all of them.
Maybe if you're good.
I am good.
Okay, well, go on. This card also indicates that it would be a good time to let go of an old habit, an emotional pattern, or even a false belief. No matter how deeply ingrained a negative pattern may be in your life, no matter how many years you've been doing it, it doesn't matter. It's time to release and move on to a freer, healthier way of thinking and relating to yourself and others. Whether it's in the inner or outer world, this card is telling you that you have the readiness and resources to walk away from the old and move on to the forward new.
Bye.
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 Good job. I also feel with the world that masculine, this Queen of Cups actually means the world to you. And I know for a fact that you mean the world to her. And she really wants to move on and have this new beginning, but she wants you to quickly let go of this marriage or commitment with an earth sign and just completely be reborn and be done with that and come ahead responsible and strong and accountable, like the King of Pentacles. She wants you to stand against your enemies. She wants you to stand up for what you believe in. She wants you to go after your dreams and make a success of your life. She wants you to follow your heart, and she wants you above all to be happy, but she wants you to be doing this because you're honest and trustworthy. Okay, she really wants you to do that and be in that energy. Give me a message about how you feel about this lover, this divine feminine. How do you feel? How do you feel about this lover? How do you feel? The Star. You feel hopeful. You feel like there's hope that you and her can work this out. You feel like you guys can be guided back together. If the universe will have it, if the universe will it, that you guys will find your way back to each other. So you have a lot of hope. Okay? And I'm really happy that you're still hopeful in that love situation. I don't think you're going to let her go or let him go. I think you're always going to have that connection. Give me one more card on how you feel. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry tears. Perfect match came out. So you feel like he or she is the perfect match for you, that you guys are aligned, there's a lot of chemistry. And you also feel bottom of the deck that there's a heart storm, which is like 3 of Swords. So there is a storm in your heart for this person. Storm in your heart. Why would you have a storm in your heart? Because part of you knows this is the right person for you. The other part of you is saying there's something better. Why? Why do you feel like there's a storm? Why do you feel like something is better out there somewhere? Why are you feeling that way? My mind is torturing me with reminders of you everywhere I go. Because you feel like you kind of lost control with your feminine. You feel like your mind was taken over by this soulmate, this perfect match, this other lover, right? Your divine feminine. So because you felt like you lost control, you felt that wasn't the right relationship for you. You felt the right relationship for you would give you all soul control. And you felt like you had to be more stable because, of course, you don't feel stable loving someone that has control over your heart. How could you possibly feel stable? I'm going to get a message for you from Spirit on how to handle your situation. Clearly, you love this person with all of your heart here. You're very torn. You're running away. You're in denial from how you feel about her or him. And you know deep down they're the right person for you. And this person really feels they want you back. And forgiveness looks like it is on the horizon for both of you guys. It looks like there will be a reconciliation because the more you keep denying her, your divine feminine, you're going to push yourself to the point where you can't stand it anymore. And you are going to reach out with a lot of tears and emotions. Spirit, what advice do you have for the divine masculine? Abundance, the wild yam, and progress. So right now your advice from the universe is focus on your money. Focus on your career. Quit worrying about the love that you share with this person and the commitment that you share with this person. It looks like your commitment needs to be about making money. And that's where I felt intuitively, just focus on your job. Because at least that's one area of your life you do have control over. And I feel like you have to make more money because you owe someone. Personally, I think you owe the divine feminine, Queen of Cups, Lover's card. I think you owe her money, okay? Or time. If it's not money, it's time. But you owe her, you're in debt to the divine feminine. And Spirit says, get on track. So if this abundance is not finances that you need to get on track with, then it's health and time, so you can put something back in here. But when Spirit says, watch your abundance, the first thing that came to my mind was a stairway. Going up the ladder. Working your way up to abundance. Whatever you're doing right now, it's not working. Stop spending your time in a situation that is not for you. Okay? Stop. It's not working. Give it up. Just give it up. By the way, this is the number 1, which is a new beginning. go ahead and read this. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your comments. So it says here, the wild GM, there is an indication of increase for you, masculine. Your money is going to improve. Situations should be turning into a positive outcome or staying that way if you already have that. But if you're looking for an answer, the answer is yes. So I think your question has been, masculine, should I go back to my divine feminine? Should I reconnect? Should I say sorry? Should I reach out? Spirit, help me get that answered. Is this my soulmate? Well, this card means a yes. Yes to all of those things. In addition to your family or your circle of friends or even a new facet of life could be coming along shortly. So there could be an addition to the family. This could be a baby, okay? Adding on a child through adoption, through family or friends, or just taking back a child you've kind of put out of your life for a while and putting that child back in your life. It could be all of that, but this is adding an addition. Could be a puppy for some of you guys. Make sure you are very positive about this new commitment that's coming along, because luck is on your side. And please make sure you share any good fortune that comes your way. And be careful of overindulgence, obsession, pipe dreaming, and waste. And what is that pipe dreaming, guys? Pipe dreaming is like, I'm going to be the next Biggie Smalls. I'm going to be the next big rapper. Or I'm going to be the next Phil Collins. I mean, yes, I'm glad you have dreams, but realistically, do you think that that's a pipe dream or a big possibility? And I think that's something you should definitely think about is, am I pipe dreaming or do I have an actual dream that can actually work? You know, be realistic about it. This is asking you to be realistic about your abundance and your dreams. Don't put money into a scheme, Ponzi scheme, a little scam. You know, don't invest with someone on the next big nightclub. Don't invest with someone about, you know, the Thneed. What is this, the Lorax? It's not going to last. This is saying luck's on your side, but be realistic. Make sure that whatever you want to invest in, you really have a talent for. Make sure that whatever you're trying to build can go the distance. Make sure you have the time. This is like buying a puppy, right? And knowing you don't have time to watch that puppy. Oh yeah, I love a dog, I love a puppy, but I'm gonna, you know, keep it in the kennel 24/7, or I'm gonna keep it, you know, here and there. And realistically, you're not serving that relationship. Nobody should ever buy a puppy just because they want one and then not take on the responsibility that comes with it. But on the upside, masculine, you have progress. And look, there's a ladder. I knew I was seeing like a ladder or like steps. So you're making progress. This is a very big message for you because you've gotten the word progress 2 times. So, masculine, your relationship with your divine feminine is making progress. I understand you feel stuck. I understand both of you feel like this relationship is fading slowly, but it's not. We're moving into a healthy, good direction. And there is a reunion and a reconciliation in your future. So let's read this. Number 29. See, and the world was the number 29 also. I feel like 29 is a very prominent number for you. It means something big for you. Doesn't have to be for everyone, but it could be for someone. And it says here, it's time for you to take responsibility. See, we've been talking about that throughout this reading. Responsibility. And may also be a period of hard work. See, the career, the job, the focus on pentacles. Dedication is needed in the moment. Okay, or an increase in your commitment. See, we knew that. Make sure you can commit to something, okay? You are being told that you're on the right path, so that's wonderful. That's great. You're doing things the right way. Keep it up. Go with the tried and tested way rather than changing your plans or approaches. Be very careful with the promises and commitments you might be asked to make at this moment, because you really have to make sure you can keep them. Make sure you complete any tasks or assignments you are involved with. There you go. So if you make a promise to someone, you promise, let's just talk about wedding vows. Okay? I promise to have and to hold through sickness and in health, through better or worse. Okay? For richer or poorer. You have to make sure you can commit to that. Because if someone gets really sick, you're going to need to deal with that. You might have to quit your job. You might have to move your location. Make sure you can commit to that. For better or worse, it means when shit hits the fan and they're pissing you the hell off and taking your money and lying to you and cheating on you, are you going to be able to stay in that commitment for the worst? Or is there a backdoor? Is there a fine print? See, and Spirit's wanting you to work on your commitments, because maybe throughout your life you got away with your commitments. You didn't really honor them. You know, maybe you're one of those people that gets a dog and has him for a year or two and then gives him and rehomes him away because he's out of control. He's biting the kids. He's taking food off the table. He's nipping you. He doesn't know how to walk. He's running away. Who failed? The dog or your commitment to the dog? You failed. If a relationship is over, who failed? The person in the relationship, or you putting your time, energy, and love and commitment into it? So this is where Spirit is saying, okay, fire sign masculines, make sure that when you actually commit to someone, that you can stick to it, that there's not a back door and there's not fine small print. Okay, because when you commit to someone, it is for the hardcore, better or worse. There's no excuses. Well, I'll commit to you unless A and B and C happen. No, you commit because you commit. That's it. That's it. And if you get told things you don't want to hear, if you see things you don't want to see, if you have to deal with things you don't want to deal with, well, Spirit says you should have chose more wisely. Now, I don't think Spirit's saying you have to be stuck in any situation. Of course not. Clearly, you feel stuck right now in a commitment because you want to honor those commitments. What Spirit is saying is you committed to the wrong person. This is like committing to a sales job when you know you wanted to be a chef. Committing to a woman or a man because they had money or because your family loved them. Okay, because at the end of the day, your heart wasn't into it. At the end of the day, you committed to someone based on some ulterior motives. Maybe it's because other people thought it was the best thing for you. But anyways, Spirit is forgiving. We have forgiveness. Spirit is forgiving and saying, okay, did you learn your lesson about commitment? Did you learn that you do feel stuck and that it ties you to this person financially, emotionally, physically, mentally? Do you see how deeply entangled you are in this commitment? Do you see how painful that is? Yes, I see it. Okay, then lesson learned. Lesson learned. Do not commit to someone that you feel your heart is not into. Do not commit to someone because other people say you should. And that's the lesson learned. And that's just what Spirit wants to say. It's like, you can get out of it. You can get out of this marriage. Clearly you are death card because you knew better. You can get out of this commitment, marriage, relationship, career, job, whatever this is. It's gonna cost you some money. It probably already has. But now you know better. And now when you do commit to your divine feminine, you know what it takes. And these are the lessons learned. It's like we've all had, experiences where you messed up. Hey, I've done it. I got a dog, I remember when I was like 23 or 24, for the kids. For the kids, not for me, but for a 4 and 5-year-old. I mean, who does that? But I did that. I got a puppy for them, thinking it would make them happy. I didn't know shit. I get this dog. It requires all kinds of training, which I'm prepared to do, but I had no idea how involved the training was. And in those days, you didn't just look up YouTube on your phone because it was a flip phone. Okay, you didn't Google shit. Okay, they didn't have apps. Okay, it was just you can go on Safari and Google some shit, or you can just call and text. Anyways, there was no Caesar Milan go-to, all right? There was no dog training go-to. You're lucky if you get to watch it on cable. But anyways, I was not very successful in the training anyways because I wasn't doing it very well. And then the dog started scratching and nibbling the kids, and they didn't like the dog anymore. We had the dog only like a month, and they did not like the dog. So I rehomed it. Well, I didn't rehome it. I actually took it back to its owners, the ones that I bought it from. So I took it back to the owners. And I thought maybe it was just a bad fit. Maybe it was the dog. It wasn't me. It wasn't the kids. It was the dog. I blamed the dog, not in a bad way. The dog was cute. But I blamed the dog, thinking the dog was misbehaving. I thought the dog was just not a good fit for the kids. So I looked for a dog that was already grown and mature and trained and was good with kids. And got another dog. Big mistake. Yeah, that dog was not a great fit for our family. Clearly they lied. I mean, it certainly wasn't trained to use the bathroom inside. It was decent with kids, but it wasn't like, I want to sit with you on the couch and watch movies and play. It was more like I'll tolerate kids. So again, I got in a difficult commitment. And what did I do? I did rehome that dog. Because I got the dog off Craigslist. So I ended up rehoming the dog again on Craigslist, but this time being honest. And I just said, look, I think this dog is great for mature kids or, you know, adults, loves to run and play, needs a lot of attention and time, something I don't have time for. And again, the truth was I worked and I had kids. I didn't have time to dedicate myself to a dog a majority of the day. And that's not fair to the dog, is it? So I learned through trial and error my commitments. And I did not own a dog till now. So it's been a very long time. It's been 10 years. Just about. Yep, it's been 10 years. Okay? So I waited 10 years, and let me tell you, a great deal have I matured in 10 years to own a dog. And now I'm mature, now I know how to train him. He's been very well trained. I tell him, give me your paw, shake, he gives me his paw. Tell him to lay down, he does. He goes to the bathroom. Very little accidents here and there, and that's my bad. But he wouldn't. He's really good. He goes all night without making an accident. He sleeps on the bed with us. He's a good boy, and he's our buddy. And I have a relationship with him. I have a dedication. And I know I have to dedicate myself to him every day too. I have to spend an hour training. I have to exercise him. I have to, you know, really focus on that. And that is something that comes with maturity, but not just maturity. It's about growth, and it's just about wisdom and knowledge and also experience. So being that I had those experiences, I know better now, right? Yes, I know better now. Masculine. Being that you have experience with bad commitments, bad marriages, bad relationships, poor career choices, because you have those experiences, now you can let them die and take responsibility and go after something else that is much better, something that's more the perfect match for you. Okay? And Spirit's saying you need to do some soul work, but you are making progress. Abundance is coming. Forgiveness is coming. Communication is coming. I think one of your hurdles, one of your roadblocks is forgiveness. It's going to take a lot for you to forgive yourself and the time and years lost in your learning, and to forgive your divine feminine for being imperfect also. Okay? Because the feminine has also been imperfect. Let's put some of these away. And I know a lot of feminines are like, what, Steph? I tried so hard. I I did everything I could. I know, but let's not go there. We don't want to talk about the narcissist and the codependent person. We don't want to go there, guys. You already know that lesson. We don't need to go there. Okay, because the way you've been giving to your masculine is by not giving to yourself. Let's be honest. The way you've been giving to your masculine is a focus on him or her and not on yourself. And you and I both know that's not the right way to do things. So, we all know that now. We know better. We're not going to go back there and reiterate those lessons and those stories, but you and I know what was really going on, okay? And we're all learning and growing and becoming better. Doesn't matter how nice you are. It matters about if you're doing the right thing or not. Okay. So Divine Masculine, yay, he's going through an ending. This is great. This is really good. Okay, Divine Feminine, what's going on with you? So Divine Feminine, fire sign, what is going on with you? Failure, abundance. Okay. So right off the bat, you feel like you're not making enough money. This is for the fire sign feminines only. You feel like you could be doing better. You could be doing more. You understand your mistakes are just temporary and they're an opportunity to learn. You're working really hard on abundance. You're trying to be a limitless being. You want to manifest all kinds of different things. You desire a new physical reality. For the Divine Feminine fire signs, you are turning towards manifestation, the secret kind of energy. You guys are turning around your lives. You're realizing that everything you have in front of you is because you've attracted it to you. You've realized that if you don't have enough, it's because you did something that wasn't in balance with getting that enough. So you guys are stepping into an abundance mentality. You're focused on career. You're focused on pentacles. You're focused on health. Those things make you feel abundant. And that's spiritual health, mental health, emotional health, okay? Physical health, if I didn't already say that. Abundance is, yes, financial abundance in the bank, but also abundance with your credit report. You need to have a good credit score in this day and age. Also having abundance as in what your house looks like. Keeping it clean, keeping it well decorated, keeping it empty of clutter. You're working on that state of mind for abundance also. Also, feng shui is coming in. You want to learn how to decorate and organize your home in a way that you can create flow for more abundance. So a lot like the masculine, the feminine here is, well, the masculine's being told to focus on pentacles, but feminine, you're not being told to focus on pentacles. I feel like you just are. So you're not being told, you're already doing it, okay? So yes, teacher's pet. Feminine's like, I've already got my homework done before the school day. My homework's done before I go home. I already above and did and beyond it. You know, you're already like looking at spirit like, yeah, do I get a pat on the back? I'm already doing what you're telling him to do. I'm already succeeding in that. So you guys are being kind of a little teacher's pet right now, okay? I'm sorry, I have to laugh at that because I'm picturing it. It's funny. Okay. I also feel like this feminine is a smarty pants. Okay? You're very academic, like studious. I think you're very smart. I think you're a fast reader. I think you're a quick learner. I think that you're very intelligent. And I think you're kind of a know-it-all, which is not what you rub into people's faces, although let's face it, fire signs, you do tend to rub it in people's faces. Okay? But you don't do it like in a rude way. You just do it like, yep, I'm proud and I know it. I'm proud and I know it. You know, you do it in that way. Look at me shine. You know what I mean? Look at me shine. And so that's kind of what you're doing. So you're owning your failures and you're stepping up to the plate. You're already ahead of the game. You're one step ahead and you're working on manifesting new, okay? Oh, damn, King of Wands. Woo! Girl, boy, Queen of Wands, or King of Wands is what I meant to say, not Queen, my bad. But I am doing the feminine. So you're coming in, first card is always the strongest, a king. This is what I mean. You are definitely stepping up to the plate as kind of in a masculine energy, okay? You are being that masculine. Masculine does what? Earns, provides, protects. The feminine is more of the creator. So yes, there's a taste here of creation because that's what you do. But you're also having to do this on your own, which is what I'm feeling. And why is he so cute on that card? I know. Damn. Have you guys ever seen him on his show, The Last Kingdom? This is Uhtred. Oh, Lord. If you guys have never seen The Last Kingdom on Netflix and you haven't taken a gander at Uhtred, Lordy, you're missing out. You're really missing out. You need to go check it out. Seriously. Just delicious. Delicious. Delicious eye candy. Delicious fantasy candy. That's all I have to say. Yeah. And the reason I picked him too for this card is because he is the utmost of masculine. When he approaches women sexually, he doesn't try to kiss their ass or win them over with flowers or any of that shit. He sits there in his aura, in his vibe, and he just looks at people. He's just looking around the room there's a fire in the middle, bonfire, and he's just looking around the room. Already, all the hottest girls want him because he owns that space. All the men are around him like he's the shit. He's our protector. He's our leader. So he's already the leader. He's already the shit. Not only that, he's the protector. And this is all a subconscious feminine energy, but when a feminine energy goes around a kind of an alpha male, someone that protects and can fight off any drama, any intruders, any thieves, any rapists, any dark energy. When a feminine energy gets in the presence of an alpha that's a protector, she feels very safe. And it's that feminine energy of, I feel safe, I can relax and be my feminine. That's when feminines get turned on. So a lot of feminines get really sexually turned on in the presence of an alpha or someone who's protective. It's just subconscious. It just comes natural. They just feel safe and they feel like they can put their guard down and their heart really comes out. Women tend to be more guarded and more masculine when they're around weaker men that are scared of fights or intimidated by other men or need to be babied or taken care of, or, men that need guidance. Women are not naturally turned on by that man. They'll baby and nurture that man like a child, but they won't get completely turned on by that man. So there's always a blockage and a wall there. So when I picked this card for the masculine, I thought he just is the epitome of, that saying, just drop the panties. King of Wands stepped in the room, drop the panties. Like, that's how girls get. They get turned on. And that's why in tarot, the King of Wands is hot. He's sexy. People are desiring him. People want him. They're just falling all over his feet. He doesn't have to ask. And yes, panty drops. There you go. And so, Divine Feminine, you're embodying this energy. You may be really into another mutual fire sign, which could be a Leo. Okay, so fire sign feminines, you could be into a male or a masculine energy Leo. Okay, or you're just really embodying that, honey, and which means you're turning people on. Your strength, wisdom is a currency. Your confidence, your don't fuck with me mentality, your I have boundaries, I have borders is sexy. And this is what attracts men also in a woman is confidence. And I got chills because I think that's definitely it. How men see a woman, whether she has the perfect body or not, is that she steps into a room confident. Her eyes are lifted, her chin is raised. She has pride in herself and her looks. She takes care of her hands, her nails, her hair, her teeth are really important for men. Eyes, teeth, scent, smell, which is why hygiene is so important. Have a pheromone scent that send the men out there into a little frenzy. So when a woman steps into the room smelling and feeling good, she owns that room. Okay, like an alpha, she owns that room. All eyes on her. Even other females have all eyes on her because she's embodying the epitome of feminine strength and energy and beauty. And it starts with that confidence and that love and that peace and that abundance of nurturing. When a woman is unselfish, when a woman nurtures others, when a woman nurtures children or animals, that turns men on. Okay, and men love to see that when they see a beautiful woman or just a woman that is beautiful with confidence, nurturing creatures and children and people, that turns them on because, again, she's embodying the epitome of divine feminine. And she's owning it. She's owning all of it. And other women will kind of go around her as well, just like what happens to the masculine when other men circle him because they're like, okay, this is the shit right here. When a woman is the shit right there, other women come for advice and they come to kind of watch what this feminine is doing because I want to duplicate that. I want to replicate that. I want to hold that energy as well. So you're being a teacher, which is also another very strong trait that divine feminines have that men seem to really love. They love a woman that can teach others. Men do, well, strong men find it very attractive to find an intelligent woman who is beautiful. And if they feel strong and they're an alpha, that turns them on because they're not intimidated. They met someone who is their queen, someone that can rule with them, someone that's in power as well, and that's a power team. You know, you get the men that do not have confidence in themselves, who are omegas, okay, who are, they just lack. They lack so many things. They lack in money. They lack in all kinds of forms of abundance and health and wisdom. And the ones that are just lower than their standard for masculine, if they are less than that standard, they tend to go after the young females who have nothing going for them, who like to smoke weed and hang out at mom's house and just have sex. That's a lower state of being, a lower state of mind. They're not looking for growth. They're just looking for coddle me and my insecurity. It's like having a dog be anxious and nervous, and owners come over here and pet the dog. Oh, you're so cute, little anxious, nervous dog. Let me nurture that anxiety. That dog becomes a nervous wreck in the real world. But see, people want to nurture the weak. And so the weak nurture each other because they're weak. But when those people stand in the presence of a king or queen of wands, they know who's the boss. They know who runs shit. And that's kind of what goes along here, Divine Feminine. Back to your reading, you're stepping up to the plate. You are being the one. You are holding a very high standard, and you have a lot of confidence in yourself. And so you are intimidating other people. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. You're just showing them what Divine Feminine looks like. Okay? By taking this power, by taking this this level of strength to the table. Bottom of the deck is the moon. So you have a lot of illusions and fears. A lot of anxieties and nervousness too. Yes?
I love you.
I love you too.
I smell something.
You smell something? Maybe it was my seaweed chips.
What, Mama?
Yeah?
I want different iron giant veils. Like iron giant veils.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
Like different ones.
I know. It's a mama duty thing. I have to.
Mommy,
Be right back.
like different iron giant veils.
Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Okay. So anyways, I had the moon card come out, which is very emotional. All your emotions are at the surface or coming to the surface soon. This is a Cancerian card because the moon rules the sign of Cancer, traditionally in astrology. So I don't know why tarot did Pisces, but whatever. Maybe Pisces didn't have enough cards. But you can also claim Pisces for this as well. You can have a Pisces moon, Cancer's moon, something like that. You could also claim Pisces in here. But the moon card does signify Cancerian energy, which is nurturing, clinginess, emotions, family, home. All of those things are important. Past is coming up. So you're feeling very powerful here about changing your past. That's really the strongest message I have. Oh, wow, we have a Tower. So you're going through a dramatic shift of events. Dramatic for you may not be as dramatic as it is for some other people, but for you, this is big. For you, this is completely changing your state of mind. For you, this is just changing your paradigm, changing your environment, changing your feelings. Okay, your feelings have violently been changed. This Tower is coming in because everything that was a failure is not what you're going to do now, okay? You are getting out of this failure state of mind. You're like, yep, I'm done with that failure. I'm moving on into the state of mind of abundance. And that's the Tower. We have the Nine of Cups that came out. Scorpio energy. This is, I'm going to please myself. This is making you happy. I do envision a divine feminine out there buying her own flowers. So if that's something you're doing, high five. I think you are out there purchasing and buying a bouquet of flowers for you. Okay, or buying something special for you. Maybe it's crystals. Maybe it's wine. Maybe it's clothing. But you're going to go do this for you. Okay? And anyways, I just feel like this is that shift, that Knight of Cups, taking action to move into a healthier vibration and a better energy for healing. And you're just like, yeah, I'm not, you're right, Steph. I am in that mode of self-love because I'm not going to feed another person's energy anymore. Okay, because you were feeding them. You were feeding their energy, making them better, making them grow, and you didn't see a lot of success. And I think you've realized that by you trying to help the masculine grow and defeat karmic cycles, you were finding yourself getting stuck in them. The more you put him on a pedestal and pushed him forward with your power and energy, the more you fell behind. And it happens. The more money you made for yourself and your family, you gave it away to the masculine. It happens for some people. And you're just not doing that anymore. It's that boundary. It's coming in here too where maybe your masculine owes you money and you're standing up for yourself and you're not going to allow them to take advantage anymore. Even if they don't give it back, you're done. Ten of Swords. Yeah, this is a painful ending. Okay, very, very painful. It talks about discord. It talks about pain. It talks about demise, suffering, mental anxiety, emotional anxiety, physical pain. When you get the Moon card and the Ten of Swords, I feel like you're alienated or isolated. Alienated or isolated. You may have been hurt by an air sign also that really just stabbed you in the heart, right where it hurt. Underneath that is the Six of Swords. So you want resolution. You want to overcome this, okay? You just want to get over it. We have a raven that is flying over a row of swords, 6 swords, that were stabbed into the ground in the beach, making what looks like a fence, but it's not. He can overcome that boundary and move on to the sunset. This is a sunset which means you're moving on from this area of life to another. And I think you just want to move on. Even the world is in this picture, the earth. And that just represents that you're finished. You're done. This is a completion. You're also so far detached from what was that you're kind of in your own little world right now, which is very painful. But for the Divine Feminine, I see a lot of singleness, okay? A lot of I'm alone in this. I fought my good fight. I fought hard. I fought long. I put my whole heart into this relationship. All of it was thrown into here. Now I'm having to accept a radical ending for myself, for what's better for me. And I have to move on forward in a new beginning, healing myself by letting go of the words that were said and the actions that were done, and have resolution, which is kind of forgiveness. Okay? Already, you have a lot in common with Divine Masculine fire signs. Thank you so much. What is this? Harsh Barden? Oh, thank you. Already you have a lot in common because your masculine talked about letting go, leaving, right? Walking away. Having to let go of a relationship or a situation and focus on pentacles. You're doing the same thing in a different way. Your masculine wanted to ask for an apology, have some forgiveness, focus on that judgment. You're just trying to move on. So for the Divine Feminine fire signs, you're just trying to move on. I don't even see you trying to revisit this relationship again emotionally. Okay, I think that you're mentally exhausted. I think that you might be a little bit in denial, just like the masculine was, that you still have more emotions, Knight of Cups, the Moon card, than you'd like to admit. But because this person has just wore you out mentally, you're not entertaining it in your thoughts. It's buried deep inside your heart and your feelings, but as far as your opinions and thoughts, you're putting an end to it. So you're moving on. And that's what I see going on there. Let's get some more info. Oh, I love you too, Harsh. Thank you. Let's see what's coming up for you. Balance, restoration, 6 cards. That's what's coming up for you. Bottom of the deck, broken karmic cycles. I love it. From the very beginning of this reading, we have the world. A brokenness, leaving, letting go, walking away. You are letting go of your karmic cycles. You are finished, mission completed. For the Divine Feminine, you're no longer feeding anxiety. You're not feeding insecurity, and you're not feeding lack. That is not on your list. Those are the old days. These are the new days. So let's see what's coming in for you. Page of Swords. Communication. You're being very thorough, and you're communicating to everyone your truth. You're not denying it, okay? But you're also isolating and keeping a little bit to yourself. You might even be spying a tad, okay, on your air sign. Maybe just a gander, just a swipe. Curiosity. But we have cleanse, okay? And this is you getting rid of. Oh, so some of you guys might be going in your phone and deleting pictures and deleting texts from this person. You may be completely deleting this person from your life, maybe changing your status on social media. You might be reading books about letting go and healing. The Fool card. 3 of Wands, expectation. Two of Cups. Death. Wow. It's interesting. The masculine got the 10 of Pentacles with death. You have the Two of Cups with death. A lot of you guys are breaking up with your karmic or your karmic cycle. Yeah, I'm feeling very strongly with that. You guys are having a breakup too with the masculine. The masculine's leaving that karmic situation behind. You're also leaving a karmic situation behind. I do feel that this is a new beginning for you that you're manifesting as a relationship, but it starts by letting this one end. One of the hardest things to do is to let this person that you love go so you can open up for a new person. I'm not saying you have to have a new person, but I'm saying this is the status and level that needs to be taken like right now. And you closing the door on that is like, oh man, this is painful. Okay, this is why you had 10 of Swords. This is a painful ending. Okay, a very, very, very painful ending. But yet you know that the answer to your prayers, resolution, is going to be by you ending it so you can heal yourself, honestly. And so I see you cleaning out some kind of computer or phone or memories. You might just be trying to like cleanse your memories through a meditation, cleanse your heart, cleanse your memories. I see you taking a leap of faith into a new beginning, Aries energy, 3 of Wands, more Aries energy, expectation. You're jumping into a very, very thick manifestation of what a relationship looks like, which actually is because of a transformation with the Death card of yourself. So you basically let an old piece of you die. So an old part, an old piece of you is gone. Okay? Let's clarify some more of this energy. You could be dealing with a mutual fire sign or a Scorpio. True love came out on the 2 of Cups, which is destined lovers. So you know that this relationship that's dying is a destined lover. You know what I like about this card? And I chose Jamie and Claire from the Outlander series, if you guys had seen that. Well, there was a part in the movie that they did have to separate. And they did have to separate because she had to go back for her daughter. Okay, she had to go back to her time for her daughter, and she had to leave Jamie behind. Hang on, guys. Again. Sorry, guys. My little guy thinks it's okay to scream. So anyways, you pulled the true love card. So even though, and I know you're going to be like, what the hell? This relationship is meant to be. And that's probably where you feel pain from, because you know this is that you're walking away from a soulmate. You're walking away from a destined lover. And you think you're kind of mad at the universe, kind of confused here at the moon card, that you have to walk away because you're like, well, if this is destiny, why am I being forced to walk away? Well, you know, fuck you too. That's kind of how the divine feminine feels. It's like, whatever, fine. Kind of a fuck it feeling. Excuse my language. You're not angry. I'm not feeling like you're angry because you're working with the universe on manifesting a new person, a new beginning. So you're being friends. You're going along with the universe. But there's this piece of you that remains confused because you know the connection was real. So it's kind of like, fine, I'll walk away, but I don't like it. Thank you so much, Harsh, again for that. Thank you, Tiffany Jones. I love you guys. Spirit, give me some guidance here about why this tower is here for the divine feminine and her confusion. Oh my God. I told you guys that's how you were feeling, and I called it. I called it. It literally says, fuck off. Literally with what I was saying. And that's just clarification that this tower is basically fine, you know? Fine. You'll just fucking walk away, and that's how you feel, but you're kind of like, fuck off. Don't be my friend. Don't be my buddy. Don't tell me how much you love me. Don't tell me how much you want what's best for me. Don't try that shit. And that's that King of Wands energy, which is kind of like, don't fuck with me. So you're kind of in this relationship with Spirit right now where it's, don't try your nice shit. Don't come at me with you love me and want the best for me. Don't come at me like that, Spirit. And it's okay. It's okay for you to have that relationship with Spirit. Thank you, Mai's channel, for the $9.99. Thank you so much. So it's not that you hate Spirit or that you're an enemy or that you're so angry you can't get over it. You're just like, yeah, I forgive you. But don't try to tell me that you have good intentions for me, because I highly doubt that. And remember how in the beginning of the reading I said the divine feminine's kind of a smart ass? Kind of wise and intelligent, very smart person. So I think again that this fire signs energy is, I'm too smart for you to fuck with me. And you're trying to figure the universe out, which is this Knight of Cups, Page of Swords. You're trying to take action to emotionally and mentally understand what is Spirit's actual intentions for my life. Okay? And it's just more of an inquisitive. You're just inquisitive. You really genuinely are trying to be aligned with Spirit. You genuinely are trying to cleanse your energy of all your past failures and learn those hard-ass lessons. You genuinely are taking charge as a leader and going after what the fuck you want. But there is this constant frustration of, can you at least clarify to me why the fuck I had this connection in the first place? And here's my advice on that. If you meditate and you get quiet and you ask that question and you actually stop the chatter in your mind and you actually stop talking, you'll get an answer, because it is going to come clear to you. And that's kind of the point you're coming to, is I will move on begrudgingly, but I do want peace and harmony. I will figure this out. Bottom of the deck is deep connection, which coincides with true love and Two of Cups. Okay, this is a deep connection. I have fuck off again. I didn't know I had 2 fuck off cards in my deck. That's weird. Maybe I didn't realize I'd put that in there twice. Probably. So anyways, here we are. You're basically having to tell your deep love, fuck off. And there is kind of a bitterness here. Not a big one. I'm not feeling like a big fuck you to the universe. I'm not feeling that. But I am feeling a, you know what? Damn you. Damn you for pushing me away. Damn you for pushing this too far. Damn you for making us spend all this wasted time when we could have been in love and happy. Damn you for fucking up this connection. It's kind of like, do you know how much I love you? Do you know how much I would do anything for you? Do you know how much of a deep connection this is and how endless and vast my heart was for you? And now you shut the effing door? You blocked me in some way? You know? Fine. It's kind of like, fine. Block me. Block this. Fine. This is a no. This 10 of Swords is a flat out no. Go ahead. Say no, Spirit. Fine. Break the karmic chains. I get it. He's not the right one for me. She's not the right one for me. So then why the fuck did I see, 1111s? Why am I seeing these confirmations? Why did we get brought back together? Why when I walk away from the situation, I start having dreams and, confirmations again about this connection? So you're asking Spirit these rightfully to be asked questions. And Spirit says, well, yes, this is a deep connection. A lot of it, yeah, you call to yourself and it's subconscious. With the Moon card, it's a lot of subconscious. But yes, this is for you, but I need you to let that go. I don't know the movies and I don't know the sayings, but I do know the message. And it goes something like this. You have to not want or hang on to anything more than yourself, or you have everything to lose. I don't know if that made sense. But if you want something more than you want yourself, then you have everything to lose. And your enemies can use that against you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's something that Buddha had to go through, was the loss of family and wealth and title and comfort. He had to lose all the desires that he wanted. So no one and nothing could take that from him. He was empty and pure and cleansed. There was nothing anyone or anything could do to him to harm him because he was purified. There was nothing left of desire. And in many other movies and things like that, it's like when you're a warrior, when you're a gladiator, when you're some kind of a big fighter, if you have a family to lose, your enemies will go after them. And that was something good about Uhtred for a while. For a while when he was fighting his fights, he had no wife and no kids. So he had nothing to lose. And he fought with that energy, I've got nothing to lose. Just like Braveheart, right? He had no family, nothing to lose. And the people that have nothing to lose fight the hardest, fight for great purpose, okay? Whether you're someone like Buddha or someone like Gladiator, you fight the hardest when you have nothing to lose. Even Jesus not being fully committed to Mary Magdalene or anyone, and just not even his parents. And he even said, when you follow me, you leave behind your family, your homes, everything. You walk solely with God, and there's nothing else to take with you. And the message of that is, the lesson that you've learned is you can't take this lover with you everywhere. That your soul wasn't created for this relationship. And I think that's one of the hardest pills for you to swallow. That good old romantic saying, I was created for you, doesn't actually make sense in a spiritual journey here. And so you swallowing the pill that I was not created for this person, I was created in my own path, for my own path, that's an enlightenment. That's a tower moment, right? That's when so much makes sense. Lightning strikes the crown. Information comes to you. Okay, acknowledgement, wisdom, power comes to you when you realize that you have a greater purpose than this connection. And Spirit's saying, I almost had to pry this from your cold, dead hands to pull this from you to help you learn this lesson. I mean, Spirit almost feels like he had to pry it out of your hands because you were not letting this go. You were gripping it so tightly. And the tower had to come down to destroy this so you could love yourself and break free from this karmic cycle. And Spirit's saying, Divine Femme, I'm not saying that this person is not for you. I'm saying that this person cannot be all you desire and all you want and all you are. And if that means you have to lose this to figure that out, so be it. And that's kind of what the Divine Feminine and the fire sign energy is going through, is that you're more than your family, you're more than your relationship. Okay, so that's a big message. And the bottom of the deck here is discovery. You're discovering the truth. Okay, Page of Swords energy, right? Discovery. You're discovering the truth about this connection. Spirit, give me a message with death for the Divine Feminine fire sign. Give me a message with death. Wow. Let go of waiting for the apology. It's coming. It is coming, but let go of needing it. And the message for the fire signs today is you don't need it. You never needed it. For you to just let go of that right now, please. Because Spirit's like, I know you deserve it and I know it's coming to you, but I don't want you to need it. That you can't move on till you get it. Okay? You're going to have to let go of maybe ever getting the apology that you wanted. Because maybe this new beginning isn't going to happen that way. Maybe you have some kind of an idea that when we come back together, it's going to be, he's going to reach out to me. He's going to text me. He's going to want to meet up. He's going to then apologize for everything he ever did. We're going to kiss. We're going to make up. We're going to make sweet love. We're going to call each other the next day. He's going to want to move in. We're going to build a business. We're going to build a life. We're going to travel. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But the tower is saying let go of having a specific vision of what that looks like. And even if it's not lovers, guys, Divine Feminine fires. Maybe it's about you getting back in touch with your daughter or your son or a friend, best friend. Maybe you have an envisionment of how this reunion is going to look. And Spirit says, let that shit go. Be open. Be wide open. You have to let go of the past completely and any resentments or any hopes that you were holding on to with it. So even the prayers, the healing, everything attached to the past, let go. The Fool card. Manifest a new beginning. Let this relationship die. Even this true love, soulmate, destiny die. And you're like, well, damn. That's why I said fuck you. That's why I said fuck off. Because that makes no sense. Spirit, let's make some sense to the femme. What's coming in? Now that I just killed all hope, what is coming in for the femme? A death, winter. A cold winter is coming in. A death, an alone period, and isolation. A realization. That's the Tower moment again, right? Yeah. Ten of Swords, right? Six of Swords, Ten of Swords, Tower. Page of Swords. You're learning to have some realization of what are you realizing? That communication comes in all different forms whenever it comes in. You realize that you are going to have spiritual connection with this person no matter what. You realize that you're going to have communication with spirit no matter what. You realize that there are good things that you take with you, but only the things that serve you. Everything else is gone. You are realizing that partnership has a specific function. It's to better you. Partnership is to make you a better person, to make you grow, to make you healthy, to fulfill your karma, your destiny. Relationships are a service. It's also a joy and a pleasure. Okay? But only when it's the real deal. So we have the real deal coming in here. Okay? We also have caged heart, damaged. Okay, and then we have standards and boundaries, which is the blessing in disguise. I know, the age-old saying, the whole smarty pants, I know, I already know this. I told you so. I knew it was for self-growth, but you're asking, haven't we been here before? Haven't we done this song and dance multiple times? I'm tired of it. Which is why it's 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords, letting go, broken karmic cycles. Yeah, you are tired of it. You're tired of the cycles. And Spirit says, we're going to go through this ending again. Maybe, just maybe, you won't have to go through this again if you take the lessons you learned and you follow it into abundance. Maybe then you won't be back here. So Spirit's already acknowledging that, yes, you have been here before. Cycles, 10 of Swords, cycles. You have been here before. Painful cycles. But we're done, hopefully. What falls on caged heart is going with the flow. Okay, now it's just time to listen to Spirit. Just to go with the flow. I know you're going to be a little lonely right now. Okay, lonely is coming up for the Femme, Aries, Leo, Sag, all fire signs. But it's all about your choices. You can cry in the rain, or you can sing in the rain. You can sit there and feel cold and sad, or you can get on a boat of your own making and make some fun of this. Make a friend along the way. Okay, these are all your choices. You don't have to make a tower situation terrible. You can make it terrific. Okay, this is about growth for yourself. We have magic is in the air. So now's the time to get into your magic. For those of you that study the craft, Spirit is saying, go out to those stores. I know they're open. Take a look at the retail shelves. Take a look at the candles. Look at the crystals. Look at some grimoires. Look at some fun magic things. Start manifesting. When you get magic in the air, it's like get inspired. Get something that inspires you and create your own magic. Now's the time of creation. So the Divine Feminine is supposed to be solo so she can create this new abundance, right? You need to have focus. And that's why Spirit likes it. Spirit likes it that you're alone. So you can focus on what is coming in for you. And then the other card that fell is Divine Feminine. It's time to be your true Divine Feminine self. To get back into who you are and what you were created and meant for. Sensitivity, loving, nurturing. This is about you decorating your home. This is about you taking on herbal remedies and creating them. This is about you getting creative with art or writing, okay, or singing. This is about you getting back in touch with you, okay? So get back in touch with you. Communication is coming in, bottom of the deck. Okay, and you know how this is going to happen, and I got chills, best friend. You guys are going to connect again as friends. Why? Because of soul ties. So Spirit says this. Here's a trick question. Well, not really a trick question, but here's a food for thought. This is your true love. This is your destined lover. I am causing a death. There is a letting go of this. There is a very painful reality. Check. There is an ending. You bet your ass there's a fucking ending. There is also a new beginning. But here's the food for thought. If I gave you this destined relationship and I am the creator of all things, I am the creator of love and destiny, I am the creator of life. If I am source and I created this, do you think I made this imperfect? Do you think I made this faulty? Or do you think that maybe this is a part of the greater plan for your life? And if I did create you to be with this person, true love, destined lovers, 2 of Cups, then I can guarantee you that I have a plan to bring this back together. I can guarantee you that there's another plan that is going to heal what I already created, because that's a part of the great plan. It is a part of your growth. This is why your separation and disconnection here for a while, for self-love, for growth, for healing, for isolation in a healthy way, is all a blessing in disguise. Because you're going to be a better person because of it. You're going to be who you are because of it. More beautiful, more refined. And I know you're sick of hearing it, but that is, again, this cycle and this purpose, and Spirit has told you. And again, he's going to say, I hope you don't have to go through this lesson again. I hope you don't. Because it's not Spirit that's fucking everything up. It's not Spirit that's making you do shit 10 times over. It's you. Spirit's just assisting you in your growth. Are you learning the message? Are you taking in this lesson? Page of Swords is a student. This student is to take notes, to watch, to learn, to listen, to grow, to take the next step on this journey. No kid in class is going to learn anything talking to the guy next door or the guy in the next desk or the girl in the next desk, writing notes, missing a lesson, or goofing off and asking for a bathroom slip, okay, or sleeping during class, or thinking about everything else but that lesson in that moment. Getting bad sleep, rolling into class tired and exhausted, having a lot going on in their life that they're unable to focus in school, that child or adult person in class is not going to learn. Everything is going to prohibit them from that lesson. And then when it comes time to pass the class, they're going to fail the test. And then they're going to have to go do the class again. And hopefully they take class more seriously, or they could do the same shit again. Okay? But Spirit says what really happens with kids that are forced to retake classes, when they're done retaking it, they actually focus. When they really want to pass a class, they eat right, they sleep right, they study, they focus, they show up full 100% attentive because they want to get it done. And it's that level of maturity and attention and focus. And it comes from experience. We talked about it. So Spirit's like, yes, we're going to go through this again. And I know it feels like redundant and you're round and around we go, repetition. But here we go again, breaking this karmic cycles. And Spirit says, isn't that the point? See, and that is the point. You're supposed to break these karmic cycles. You were not brought here for your lover. You were not reincarnated here for your lover. You were reincarnated for this lesson. The lover is a plus, a benefit, okay? The lover is a snack between classes. And sometimes you're lucky if your lover is your partner in class. Am I right? I know, I'm going to bring up Twilight, but they had classes together. And that's fun. It's fun to have a partner, but you can't have 2 people in the same class and one person says, it's okay, honey, you're not very smart. I'm going to do it for you. And we'll pass the class together. No, they both have to put in and learn and grow. That's what's needed. So what's been going on here is disharmony, because the divine feminine was going to class with the masculine and doing his work for him, okay? Which means you were doing the healing, you were doing the karmic clearing, you were doing everything you could to help grow that person without their participation. You were dragging them through it, therefore lacking your own credit, and then you both failed, okay? And this is what you've learned. And now you're not going to drag that person through class anymore. But you also learned by being alone, sad, separated, depressed, unhealthy, that you failed a class by yourself as well, because you didn't feed yourself the nourishment that you needed to succeed in these lessons. So now you've learned that as well. And now you're just learning that, okay, I'm not going to repeat this damn class again, so I'm ready to be done and move on. Six of Swords. And if that means I have to be alone, so be it. I don't understand it, but maybe through this tarot reading, maybe you understand it a little bit more, that letting go of this destined lover doesn't mean you can never reunite. It just means that you need to let go for now, because you need to be reborn. You have to be a whole new you. And that's what's really going on. So because you guys are soul tied and best friends, we have look what the cat dragged in. Look what the cat dragged in. Return and apologies. I love that card. This is my favorite out of the whole deck. This is my favorite card. So your person is going to come back with an apology in the future as a best friend, maybe even bringing roses. Who knows? But this is all a blessing in disguise. Okay? So believe me, everything happens for a reason. All of this drama happens for a reason. Also, side note, if you haven't gone out today and got yourself a bouquet of roses, would you go do it already? You're not going to meet anyone to love you the way you want to be loved unless you love yourself in that way. That's been a very hard lesson I've had to learn through my years. And if you want roses, start buying yourself roses. You want a good-looking, smelling good lover? Start being good-looking. Start smelling good. You want a lover that works hard and brings home the cash? You need to go work hard and bring home the cash. Okay? Like attracts like. I'm not saying it always has to be that way, but I'm saying if you want to start manifesting Three of Wands, a relationship, you better start stepping up to the plate and being that person in that relationship. Okay? You want somebody that doesn't spend a lot of time on social media? Start weaning yourself off of it. You want to be with someone who's more active, has an active lifestyle? Start being out there getting more active. You want someone that has good friends? Start clearing out your friends that are toxic and make some good friends or reconnect with good people. Okay, you have to reevaluate and reestablish your life, hence the Tower, to attract the right person into your life that would fit those needs. You want to be with someone who's good with children, who loves children, who helps your kids with homework, who is a hugging, loving father, mother, whatever person. Then if you're already a parent, start doing it. Be attentive, be loving, be nurturing, be everything that that person you want to come in does. Okay? You have to step up, because a lot of us just sit back and wait for the right person to step in, and then everything gets calm, and then everything is chill, and then everything is perfect, and then everything makes sense and is right. A lot of people, 9 out of 10, that's what they do. They wait for that person to arrive, for life to change. And the lesson here for the feminine fire signs is, no, your life is going to change because if you will it, it will be yours. Your life is going to change because you're transforming death. You're changing. And after you've done this huge transformation and you've cleansed yourself and done good by yourself, Divine Feminine, look what the cat drags in. Your best friend, your soulmate, your divine lover. Let's get some clarification on that. Divine Feminine fire sign. Well, we have appreciation. The other cards that fell out was Door to Spirit, Victory in reverse, and Second Chakra Archangel Ariel. One thing I noticed in all of these pictures is gold. Gold, 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 gold. One, Pentacles. It's about Pentacles. It's about gold right now. Second, you're going to have a loss before you have a win. Victory in reverse. This is the time to let this thing die. It's a loss. Be grateful for what you still have. Don't focus on the bramble bushes before you. Focus on the rose at hand. This is the door to Spirit. Spirit is coming in and working through your life. He is present. He is with you. He is walking alongside you. And he's guiding you in a healthy, good direction. Second Chakra Archangel Ariel, love yourself intimately. We got this yesterday, I think, for the Divine Feminines, which was kind of love yourself in an intimate way. Yes, you know what that means, adults. Feminines, take care of your area. I don't know if you need to go get yourself, like I said earlier, some yoni wands, some yoni beads, whatever, maybe some kind of special cream. I think there's something called a yoni steam bath thing. I don't know. I've never had it. I don't know, but I heard about it. I heard it was really awesome. They have herbs and they put it in a little cup thingy on the toilet and you sit on it and it steams, and I don't know. I have to look more into that myself. I don't know all about that yet. I think I will try it though. I really do. I think I will try it. But listen, ladies, this is for the ladies real quick. Shave. Yes. Don't let it grow out of control. I don't know what's been going on in COVID. I don't need to know. But if you're not shaving your legs or your pits, I guarantee you that ain't shaved either. That's the last thing that's been shaved. So, cleanliness, okay, is next to godliness, and that is next to soulmateness. So, take care of your vajayjay, okay? Take care of it. Steam it, clean it, shave it, you know, all that good stuff, okay? Do what you got to do. Also, breasts. Take care of your breast. If you're a female, you need to get the right bras. You need to get the right creams. There are exercises that you can do to perk the girls up. Okay, the girls want help. The girls need assistance to stay youthful, to stay young. The reason this is coming up is because it's about your confidence. Okay? I'm not saying you have to be dirty to take the message. The cleanest girl can take the message. But that is a message that you should focus on that. Also, what you eat has scents and smells. You need to be aware of that. If you're a strong meat eater, it's going to come back kind of, you know, potent. You know, those kinds of situations. I don't need to say more. But if you eat healthy fruits and things like that, it is sweeter, it is more feminine, it is more... I mean, I guess I would assume that it would taste better if I went there, which I don't. But anyways, moving on. The breast situation is because you have to stay youthful, okay? Spirit wants you to love your body. If you feel you're getting older and losing it, you're not loving your body. And there's been women that are 85 years old still getting it, and they're on TV, and they're like famous, these old gals. I mean, they're in it. But that is a message that you can still love your body sexually, intimately at any age. And you can stay youthful. But maybe Spirit wants you to practice these things so you keep it up in your reconciliation or possible reunion in the future with your soulmate. Spirit wants you to have these talents, to have these rituals, to have these things that are important to you, so you keep them up in your relationship, okay? Because it does happen that people get in relationships and again it goes downhill. They lose themselves. Maybe all they do is shave and wash. They don't spend extra time. They don't put little shapes down there. They don't, you know, do special things. They don't tan down there. Or they don't, you know, do specific workouts or whatever, you know. What Spirit's saying is sometimes you can let yourself go. Not in a bad, ugly way, but to where you're not top of the list. It's not priority. And when you go in the shower, it's not all about beautifying the divine femme. It's about getting clean and getting out. And Spirit is really asking you to get into your divine feminine energy. You have curves, love them. You have sense, love them. You know, Spirit wants you to adorn yourself with love. Because if you start feeding yourself all this love and attention, you're attracting it. You see? Put a picture of yourself up in your home. It's not crazy, it's not selfish, but put a picture of yourself up when you looked your best and you were your happiest. Put it there on your dresser or your vanity or, you know, bathroom console, whatever. Just put it there so you can be reminded every day that that's me. That's my best self. I want to always be that best self. If you need a reminder, do that. You have to remind yourself. 2 years can take a toll on someone. Stress, anxiety, relationship breakups, hardships can take someone from looking amazing 2 years ago to looking completely not like themselves. And it happens that quick. So Spirit says you don't want to let those things tear you down. You want to be able to go through towers and losses while all the while loving yourself and who you are and being whole with yourself. And that's something that you should know. But also it's your communication to Spirit. If you were not separated and single right now, you wouldn't have a strong communication with Spirit. It would be minimal, okay? If at all. It would be minimal, if at all, and Spirit knows that. This singleness, this isolation is a door to Spirit. It's a time for you to start communicating better so you can become, again, wiser, stronger, better, divine feminine. And so Spirit's helping you grow probably more than you've grown in the past 20, 30, 40 years. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Always remember that you are God, and God is all about creation. God says yes. The ego says no. In order to have abundance, all the areas of your life, yes, all the areas of your life, you must create the space of receiving and know that you are deserving of anything your heart desires. The more you can release limited thinking and worry, the more open to receiving the infinite flow of the universe is. So allow yourself to have fun when you're manifesting what you want in your life and enjoy the process. By embracing a positive mindset, you are opening a door to unexpected abundance. It is natural to have it in your life, and know that this is your birthright, and realize that any thoughts of limitedness may have come from either a past life or a life condition that you've suffered and are trying to overcome. They could also originate from programming that you received from the environment you grew up in or the value systems you were taught when you were young. Now is the time to begin to live with the realization that you are worthy of having abundance in every aspect of your life. When you are in that vibration of receiving, you can manifest whatever you desire in the physical reality. I love that. So yeah, again, Spirit wants you to focus on what you're bringing into your life. No more, and I think most of it is because you weren't getting as much as you should get because your focus was elsewhere. So Spirit's like, I want to give you more. I want to give you what you should get. Please be alone for this and embrace it. And I hope you're not sad and miserable and depressed over this. I hope that you take this isolation period, this singleness, as a time for growth to bring in a partnership. Because to be honest, what I'm seeing in your reading with Two of Cups and the partnership card with the two swans is a coming together. So I do see a relationship coming in your future, but only after we do a healthy standards and boundaries and transformation. That's when it comes in. So this Door to Spirit card upright says that this door is opening a new beginning, spiritual awakening. Okay, the orbs of light are guiding you through clouds of the earthly world, leading you to a deeper understanding of your eternal identities, the source of all your true value and your real power. This door opens only to truly unlimited potentials for the changes that are happening right now, deep into your core being. As such, this card heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection in the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive and more aware of Spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of spirit and the magic and power of your true identity. That's beautiful. You're finally becoming who you really are at a true deep level. And I think that tower also talks about being deep, because you are truly, profoundly being changed at a core level. Death Tower, Major Arcana. This is affecting you on so many different levels that it affects your work life, it affects your daily life, it affects your relationships, it affects your relationship with spirit. I mean, this tower death is transforming you on every level of your life. The way you cook, the way you clean, the way you live, the way you work, the way you handle kids and children and relationships, and the way you see God and the universe, everything. It's just a complete overhaul. Let's go ahead and read Victory in Reverse. The Victory card in reverse signals a delay or reversal in a hoped outcome, whether it's in a personal change or external achievement. Success may have been eluding you for some time, but don't despair. You may need restructure of things. You may need to reevaluate and release a specific outcome and set your sights on another. That's just what we talked about earlier, guys. Hoping that there would be a reconciliation a specific way, saying let that go. There's a lot going on externally, so remember that the quanimity of peaceful surrender can be your biggest victory of all. And so there's a peaceful surrender. That's what this is. It's not like a shove loss. It's just a peaceful surrender. And you just letting go that whatever you thought was going to work out a specific way isn't. And if this is meant to be, it will always be, no matter what path and journey you take. Spirit wants you to go with the flow. Spirit, give a message to the Divine Feminine straight from you. Holy Spirit, give a message to the Divine Feminine straight from you. Show your power. Show what you would say to her. A consciousness of lack. And then we have back and forth. Spirit's telling me that you've been on a teeter-totter of life. And I'm going to try to channel here with that for a minute. Spirit said, there have been times where you've been full forward with abundance. Then there's been times you went back to lack. There's been times that you were all in your spiritual realm, 100% psychic, intuitive, one with nature, earth, and him. But you fell back. You let things get to you. The biggest message here is you've let people and you've let things get to you. You've let mom come and tell you in some way you don't have enough, or you need more, or there's loss, and you listened. You let dad come tell you the same. You let friends come in and interfere in your manifestation. The biggest message from Spirit is you've allowed people to enter your safe space, your sacred space, second chakra. You've let them enter your confidence and your mind and your ego because you put your guard down. Standards and boundaries. You've let people come in and feed you with doubt. You've let people come in and feed you with fear. You've let people come in and tell you what they see your situation is. Spirit says that's wrong step number one. Where were your boundaries? Where was your determination? Where was your healthy walls and borders, not allowing those thoughts to penetrate? And the only reason you didn't have those walls and barriers at those times is because the lack of self-love, which is taking care of your body, your mind, and your soul on a single level, was not being addressed. You were depositing yourself everywhere again, which is a karmic cycle. The kids, the family, the dog, the work, the lover, the this, the that, the this, the that commitment, all those things. Again, you scattered yourself to the winds. Therefore, you allowed doubt to come in. You doubted your abundance. And what's underneath abundance? Doubt. You allowed doubt to creep in, and Spirit says that's what happened. And then over here we have a consciousness of lack. And this is not necessarily about money, although the picture does talk about money. But it's, you don't have enough. You don't have enough years, your youth is leaving you. You don't have enough time in the day, your schedule's too full, you're too busy. You don't have enough education to pursue that goal. You know, you're not enough physically. You need to lose weight or gain weight. Okay? Whatever this lack of consciousness is, this consciousness of lack, excuse me, is for the divine feminine fire sign, it infiltrated you. And therefore you've been creating failure. Failure in your personal goals. Failure in your physical goals, failure in your financial goals, failure in your relationship goals. All these other goals failed, but the lesson has always been not to let people tell you otherwise. These are your manifestations. You have to be strong. You have to have walls and borders. Do not penetrate this safe space. Number 5, change. Something's missing. Spirit's message about you feeling like something is missing is you not feeling like you're complete. You going through life and saying, I'm missing a spouse. Something's missing. I'm not whole. I'm not whole. I'm missing my love. I'm missing another part of my life. When you feel and think that something's missing, there's always going to be something missing. Upright. A man leans directly on a concrete heart. His back is turned to the potential gold and beauty held there. His melancholy seems overwhelming. And this card may reveal a similar energy for you at this time. There may be some financial limitation for you. Possibly even significant money woes. But this card could indicate restriction in other areas as well. You may be experiencing some limitations in your love relationships. And the feelings of loss could be frustrating or sad. This consciousness card reveals even deeper issues than the great gratitude card reversed. It demands that you shift out of the lack of consciousness now, even if you feel something is missing in your life. Your fear only restricts you further, making you more miserable and manifesting more limitations. It may be too difficult to focus on something positive when you're lonely or have financial troubles, but it's absolutely necessary to do so if you want to change that reality. Take the steps you need to resolve whatever issue may be bothering you. There's answers, there is help, but don't stop there. Make the energetic cause to always acknowledge what you have, even the smallest detail, like vision, water, a nice bed to sleep in at night. Choosing to value yourself and your life will break down the harsh feelings in your heart and bring many amazing experiences to you. So Spirit's message to you is, yeah, let's stop doing that. the steps that you need to create something new, and all this divine feminine fire signs, you're creating something new. It is to recreate your room. What are you lacking? Do you want abundance? Do you want a bigger bed? Paint one on the wall. Some people say, Steph, I really want a big headboard, but I have no money. I just have a mattress. Then get some paint and paint a headboard on the wall, a mandala or a sun or something beautiful. Create abundance if you don't have it. You can always create. Steph, I don't have nice enough sheets. Well, do something different. Dye them. Get some dye at the store. Change the color if need be, if you don't have the money for new sheets. Steph, I can't afford to buy real flowers every week to put by my bed to call in love, to attract romance. Then yes, it's okay to get fake flowers. I know feng shui doesn't okay that, but for me, do it. It's the visual. It's the visual that they're there, okay? Maybe spray some perfume on there, okay? That's rose scented, and keep it there always. I'm just saying there are steps to say there are things missing. Steph, I don't have my kids in my life. I really want to see my kids. Well, go be with kids. Go take a walk by the park with your friends, or take your dog for a walk and watch the children play. I know COVID right now is an ass and there's maybe not very many kids, but maybe go where you can see that. Maybe watch kids shows. Maybe watch a Disney. You know, maybe color. Get back in touch with your inner child. So you get, hold on. Hit a nerve there in my throat. My goodness. Sorry about that. Anyways, watch kids shows, get in touch with your inner child, and you can attract your children back in your life. Or if it's Steph, I don't have healthy relationships. My relationship with my mom is toxic. My kids, we don't get along. My brothers, we don't talk. What can you do to make that better? Can you change them and make them all act differently towards you? No. Can you change the way you interact with them? Yes. Send your mom flowers, a nice note. Let your kids know you love them and you're there for them. Do something nice for them. Your brothers that you don't talk to, or sisters you don't talk to, reach out through text or Facebook. Just say, I love you, thinking of you, here's a sticker. There's always something you can do to promote what you're lacking. Steph, I don't have enough money. I'm always broke. I never have enough. The first thing to feel like you have more money is to create luxury in your home with what you have. Adorn your bed with more pillows. Create a new style. Make a new headboard. Create abundance. Where you sleep is where your subconscious is. What do you go to sleep with subconsciously every night? Get gold things. If you can't afford gold decorations, get a can of spray paint, gold spray paint, and spray paint your picture frames. Spray paint whatever, okay? Just spray paint gold. Gold really attracts pentacles, wealth, and abundance. It's a very good thing to have around. You know, also start telling yourself you have enough. If you want to buy something but you literally don't have the money, just tell yourself that is wonderful and beautiful and I'm going to have that, okay? And envision where you would put that. Then go home and make a space for it, okay? Call it into your life. I want that item, whatever it is. Call it into your life. Act like you already have it. Give thanks, not lack. So those are just some ideas of how to fill your life with things and you don't feel like you have a void. If you want a relationship to be improved, you're going to have to pretend like it's improved. Sometimes it is fake it till you make it. Sometimes it is. And you have to, when it comes to a manifestation reading, anyways, because this is a manifestation, not a reality check, although that's here too. But this is a reality check that you need to re-manifest something. So anyways, if you're going to manifest this new relationship, do it in the bath. Have pictures of them. Have visions. Candle magic is prime. Creating romance in your home, okay? Having doubles, you know, in your room. Double mirrors, double vanities, double night tables with double vases of roses. His and hers things. Have a his and hers towel. Making room in your closet. All of those things speak to the universe. You want that partner.
Mommy, I really ravioli and it got whipped on me, so I'm naked.
So you're naked because it dripped on you?
It's no, please give me a short.
A short? You need a short? You're cute. Hang on, guys. Oh, let me get one in the dryer.
Oh? I can do it so much.
Back in here. Love you. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, guys, there's a million ways you can attract things into your life and act like you already have them. One of the best things is having a his and her pillow, and that would replicate you want that person back in your life, or you want this person in your life. There's also magical things you can do to attract them. You can do a call me spell, come to me spell, and you can do those little papers and put them in the pillowcase under your other pillow. Okay, so there's lots of different things you can do. For those of you that study the craft, you already know what I'm talking about. Yay, you know it, do it, right? Just do it. A lot of us don't do it. Call that person back. There's things that you can do. And Spirit says, if you have the power, King of Wands, if you have the power, why not use it? And wands are actually about magic. So use your magic. There's all kinds of magic. Law of attraction is magic, okay? Call them in. There's things you can do and do it. Anyway, Spirit just wants you to use your powers. Don't disregard them. If you've had a lack in faith in yourself, that's probably why, because there is just not a lot of attention being spent on you. Now, I get a lot of people that say, I'm perfect. I spend a lot of alone time on me, Steph. I'm super clean down there. I'm legit gorgeous. I need to not work on myself at all. I mean, there's people out there that are like, I need to not work on myself at all. There's nothing wrong with me. I am whole. I am already positive. I already do yoga. I'm already vibing. I'm already feng shuiing. I'm already doing all of this. Well, then the first step that you stumbled on is pride. Pride. If you think you're already all of those things, you're stumbling on your own foot. Because in your confidence and pride, there's no balance. There's no humility. There's no graciousness. There's no gratitude. There's just, I expect. Where is it? Where's mine? It's there can be such a thing as overconfidence, which is ego and pride. Yes.
My engine wheels turn to superheroes.
Okay.
I want on your phone. The phone, Mom.
Okay, to end this reading once and for all without 1,000 interruptions, I'm going to allow it, but I'm not happy. And when it dies, it dies.
Mom, please. I really want my own giant toy. I want my own giant toy, Mom.
12% go, and do not come back in here.
Fine. Bye.
Bye. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that's that. I'm just going to read this other thing. Number 5, which is intention. And it's back and forth. And it says, on the intention seesaw. A man stands on the center of a seesaw with one foot on each side of the fulcrum. When he leans to the right and the left, the seesaw lifts. When he moves to the other direction, the right side lifts. Okay. He could be spending a lot of time and energy moving back and forth, yet always staying in the same place. And the message I got with that is, the divine feminine for fire signs, you put a little in, well, maybe a lot in, but you don't keep it up. You go back and do something else. You're neither all in or all out. You're in and out, in and out. So you guys are going through an in and out of confidence, an in and out of manifestation, and an in and out of dedication. And that is not extremely committed. You have to be all in, all in. And it says here, always staying in the same place. The man is the representative of your mental and energetic focus right now. You're in a quandary, stuck between two choices, going back and forth because you're unsure or may even be afraid. In fact, you may have been in this place for quite a while. You may have been considering a new career, a new project, an investment, or a relationship. You could even be asking yourself if you should stay in a present relationship. But you are stopped by confusion and self-doubt. Fear of making the wrong decision causes you to make no decision at all. Your energy is stagnant, perpetrating the same old feelings and results. Yet, it's time to get off the seesaw and pick the next best direction for you, which does make sense here on these choices, right? You're neither here nor there. Personally, I know Spirit's coming in saying this, but you guys got the Tower. Maybe this is the Tower. Maybe this reading is the Tower. And it just makes a lot of sense that you do have to start loving yourself better consistently to make any really big changes. And I believe that's the truth. Aww. Wow. We have Imagine, bottom of the deck, and Soulmates. It really is pretty obvious that you guys are supposed to be together. And as I end this reading, just so you can get a visual of Spirit consistently confirming that you guys are supposed to be together, I'll hold them up. Because you've been fortunate enough to get all these cards. Okay? You've been fortunate enough to get a bunch of cards here clarifying that you and your person are fated. And I think you should start believing that. I think this comes from a doubt. And sometimes for a lot of you guys, this doubt is because of all the trouble and problems you've run into in this relationship, especially all the letting goes. You guys correlate letting go with complete endings. You view letting go as this is forever. Spirit sees letting go as a process, as a step. Spirit says there is no letting go because tomorrow is a whole new imaginative day. Because whatever happens today can be changed completely tomorrow. And so Spirit just doesn't see that kind of form of finality and lack. So what comes in here for you as an addition is you are soulmates. This person is coming back into your life. The cat is going to drag in, wherever that was, this person. Whenever you're doing yourself right, believe me, this person's going to come back in with that apology and come right back to you. Because like God said, if it's meant for you, it will always come back to you. It's the law of attraction. Like attracts like. If you guys are meant to be, then like attracts like. No matter what, you're always going to have that attraction. Not physically by sexual attraction is not what I'm talking about, but attraction as in you guys will always come back together like magnets. So Spirit's just like, have faith. Don't be so gloom and doom. Don't think because there's a death and a tower and a 10 of swords that all is lost, all is doomed. Believe in the rebirth, believe in the renewal, believe in the breaking of karmic patterns. And look what's down here, pleasure. Pleasure. Have pleasure in life, have pleasure in love. Let those failures go and start calling in abundance. Anyways, that's a beautiful message there. I guess I was going to get how your masculine really feels about you. Let's get that. How does your masculine really feel about you? Seven of Pentacles, patience, a work in progress. Your masculine really feels like this is a work in progress. And funny, it says patience, but the masculine got progress twice. So the masculine does feel like this is going to be mended and healed. We also got Six of Cups. So this is past, and it says here fate. Fate, fated soulmate, fated beautiful connection. Your masculine feels tied to you. Eight of Swords, can't get you off of their mind. Your masculine can't get you off their mind. They're even at work. They're constantly working and thinking about you while making pentacles, making it very hard for your person to concentrate at work. They're constantly at war in their heart. Leo energy fire signs, back and forth between passion and fire between you. Why? Because Queen of Wands. You're their perfect match, perfect soulmate, perfect partner. You're the one called in for them. They're constantly back and forth. You're always in the back of their mind, no matter who they're with or what they're doing. Your person feels like, again, they have faith and they do want to work on this, but they are going through a battle of keeping you and letting you go as well. The same battle you're going through, which is keeping onto this relationship or letting it go. You guys are going through this let it go battle, fighting for these endings. On one hand, the masculine is fighting letting go of a karmic relationship and reconnecting with the divine. On the feminine's hand, it's letting go of this divine relationship and taking on a single strong energy. Both of you are struggling in what Spirit's asking of you guys. And this is becoming, a hardship. It is becoming a hardship. But it's nothing you can't get your way through. Spirit, what advice do you have? Let's see. Be still and loving and fearless, for the mind talks and the heart knows. I love it. For both of you, don't worry about the chatter. Meditate, right? It actually works. Don't worry about the chatter. I cannot. Sorry about that, guys. Pepper. I was eating a little piece of cheese and I saw pepper. Sorry, guys. I don't know what time it is, but I haven't eaten all day. Anyways, be still and loving and fearless, for the mind talks and the heart knows. Means be quiet. Don't worry about all your thoughts of negativity, all of the doubt that's pouring into your mind. They love them, not you. This is never going to work. How can it? The distance is too far. Everything's too challenging. Letting all those thoughts come in and penetrate. Manifest a reality that you don't want. The truth is, you can manifest whatever you want, but that requires fearlessness and love. And quiet the mind, because the mind talks, but the heart knows. If you feel it, God will reveal it. Okay? And you have to tell yourself that all the time. If you feel it, God will reveal it. So you need to make sure that you concentrate more on what you're feeling versus what you're thinking. So yeah, logically, a lot of these things are true. Maybe you don't have enough time. Maybe they are in a difficult situation. But how's that helping anything? Just confirming what the current reality is, not really healing or doing anything. But if you quiet the mind by listening to your favorite song, which puts you in a mindset of fantasy, the heart knows that it will call it in. So Spirit wants you to call them in. Call them in. Let's get a message from your lover also. Give me a message from your lover. Divine Feminine Fire sign. 2 fated couples. Ugh, gorgeous. Maybe even 2 fire signs. What's a message from your Divine Masculine? Give me a message. Well, they are fire energy. They're confirming that. They are also in a very fiery, passionate energy about you. And they do want to talk and touch base. Interesting enough. They feel blocked. 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Right now you guys aren't communicating. But they do want to talk. Because bottom line, the karmic is finding out the truth. And that's causing them to want to reach out to you. Let's get a message of how he or she really feels for you. How do they really feel for you? How do you really feel? Give me a love message, a romantic love message. If your heart could talk, what would it say? If your heart could talk, what would it say? We have the Beatles. Somewhere in her smile, she knows that I don't need no other lover. So he wants you to know, or she wants you to know, that somewhere in your confidence, somewhere in your knowing, you know that there's no one else above you. You know that there's never going to be any other one above you, that they don't really need any other lover. And deep down, they want you to know, you know I don't need anybody. You know I'm a Queen of Wands. You know I'm a badass. You know I take care of myself. You know I always find a way. You know I got this. Deep down, you know I got this. So don't doubt me. And that's what your DM wants you to know. Deep down, don't doubt me. You know that I am on doing what I have to do. I'm on this journey and I got this. Bottom of the deck, bottom line is Jeremiah chapter 6:16. This is about crossroads. Okay? Your person is at a crossroads, choosing karmic life or choosing a divine destiny. They are at a crossroads as well. Again, crossroads. This is what the Lord says. Stand at the crossroads and look. Ask for the ancient paths. Ask where the good way is. And walk in it. And you will find rest for your soul. Bottom line, your masculine is looking at the crossroads, asking what are the best ways to go. What are the ancient paths? What are the ways the ancients have taken? What's the right way, right? Then he asks, what's the good way? Okay? So he's looking for the right path. But his mission is he must walk in it so he can find rest for his soul. So I think he already knows. He knows that you're the right one. He knows that this is the right path. His journey is, should I take it? Because if he doesn't walk, which means take action in that right path, his soul is not going to find rest. Let's get one more message from your lover before I end this. And then I'll just pull a last oracle after this. Oh my God, he got fuck off too. I'm so happy, mask. Bottom of the deck. We have blocked too. So again, I think this masculine for you, divine feminine fire sign, has been the one to block you. He's also mad at the world. This is I'm mad at the world, okay? Basically it says I have been fucking up. I have been fucking up. And I am sitting in my karma. heavily, thickly, okay? I act like I'm so happy, but I'm not. That's a mask. I'm actually pretty damn miserable because I'm sitting in my karma. So don't tell me you told me so. Don't tell me there's a better way. Don't tell me this and this and that. Spirit, don't tell me I'm fucking up again. Fuck off, everybody. I already know. And so this is masculine's way of saying to everybody, even spirit, I know. It's like, hey, did you know you're stepping in dog shit right now? Yes, I smell it. I know. Okay. And then they walk into a store. Oh, excuse me, do you know that you stepped in dog shit? Yeah. I have a fucking nose. I smell it. Yes, I stepped in dog shit. Thank you. Fuck off. You know? And the way the masculine is being is like, don't state the obvious. Yes, I'm sitting and relishing in my karmic stench. Thank you and fuck off. Now I got to figure out my way to get out of this. So your masculine is just kind of really wanting everyone to back up and back off because he knows that this is the right path. He knows what he's supposed to do, but it's a little bit harder said than done. And it's a little bit hard than just deciding. So not only is he supposed to find the right path, he has to walk in it. So he's halfway. Masculine's like, okay, I found the halfway mark. Great. I found the path. Now's the hard part. Now I have to walk in it. And this is walking into that apology, walking into that humble energy of, I did the wrong thing again. Do you forgive me? And it's up to the feminine to not be a little snotty shit that says, I told you so. I told you so. I knew it. I knew it all along. Fail, fail, fail. You can't be in that energy either, because you are going to push off this apology so far into the Himalayas, you're never going to see it. Not in this lifetime. For a feminine that can't be humble and live in expectation and ego and pride, for a woman that, or a man in a feminine energy that can't be in that energy, then they're just going to push this off. It's not going to happen. This is going to come in. Basically, here's this. And you already know. 222 watching, there's a sign. If you are humble, they will be humble. If you're going to listen, they'll be listening and they'll speak, right? If you listen, they'll speak. If you're welcoming, they'll come over, okay? If you're open-hearted, they'll come and pour out their heart. See, there has to be this like attracts like. If we have caged heart, boundaries, barriers, pain, fuck off, both of you, if you have this fuck off repellent, then it's just a repellent for the soulmates here. And this journey shouldn't be so hard. And a lot of people come to me and say stuff, I talk about relationships all day long, but why is it so fucking hard? Shouldn't a soulmate relationship be easier? No. Actually, karmic relationships are easier. Yeah. Karmic relationships are so much easier. Because you're meant to meet them. You're meant to see them. It happens quickly. You jump into your lessons. They're the actual class. Karmics are the class. The test is the divine soulmate. Okay, the test. And that's a little bit harder to pass. So it's easy to get into a class. It's harder to pass. And for us on a soul journey, being with a soulmate requires growth and requires change. And that requires a lot of focus and dedication, like I said in the beginning of these readings. And that's just a lot of work. So again, watch your commitments. Make sure you're ready to commit to that, because it's not easy. If you want to pass a class, you have to dedicate yourself, especially if you want to ace it. Passing this class could be you guys come out being friends, at best. Acing this class would be reunion, reconciliation, marriage, and happiness. That's acing this class. But it's all up to you and what you want to put into this and what they also want to put into this. Remember, this is a teammate thing. And just like Bella and Edward in the school when they were partners in their science class, they had to do their own work. You can't do the work for the other person. They're not going to pass. And that's why it's so hard in these relationships because they have to pull their own weight. And a lot of the times there's somebody trying to drag the other person forward. And that's, you get caught up. You get caught up in madness. But anyways, Divine Feminine, you know what the deal is. And you know your person loves you and you love them. Is there love and passion between you guys? Oh, hell yes. Queen of Cups, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Tons of passion, tons of love. That's never been the problem. It's everything else that's been the problem. Believing in yourself, loving in yourself, forgiving yourself, doing the right thing, walking the walk. Those are the hardest things. But you guys are going to come together. You guys are going to have this reunion. Spirit sees it. Yep, it says only temporary for your outcome. This is your fortune cookie. Soon, you guys are going to look back at this day and laugh. Okay? Only temporary. This breakup, this separation is only temporary. Bottom of the deck, time to shine. There are two ways to spread light. Be the flame or be the mirror that reflects it. So you can either go out there and be the flame or show someone else's shine. That's up to you. Personally, I like to be the flame. So anyways, what's coming up for Divine Feminine Fire Sign Spirit? What message can I leave the Divine Feminine Fire Sign with? Ooh, we got two of them. Bottom of the deck is change, the number 23, allowing things to happen naturally. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that card. I don't know if you guys could see all the brilliant colors, but I love this card. Very gorgeous. Okay, so things are changing and you have to allow them to happen naturally. The other two cards that came out is shelter, comfort in the storm. You are protected. You are sheltered. Okay, you are sheltered. So there's a storm going on outside, but you're safe. You're safe. So I want you guys to know that your relationship is safe. Your connection, safe. There's a storm, but you're safe. In other words, there's a breakup, there's a tower, there's a walking away, there's a separation, but you're safe. The next card is clean, and you did get cleanse. So without health, you have nothing. And this is about cleaning your house and cleaning your diet up. Divine Feminine, do both, okay? Clean up that diet, clean up that home. This is your wealth, health, and abundance, right, and happiness. You need to clean. Just clean mind, clean body, clean spirit. Without health, you have nothing. This is number 50, another 5, right? Change. So what needs to change? Your habits. What do you got to do? Clean house, clean spirit, clean mind, clean home. And I think you guys are doing it. I think you guys are well on your way and everything looks good and happy. So all in all, I think you guys had a very beautiful reading, a very beautiful message. Look forward to change and detox. You're really detoxing from all the drama. Are things making progress? Yes. Don't worry. The karmic is finding out the truth. Before you know it, you're going to hear from your masculine and he's going to tell you, I already left all that behind me and I still love you, even though I'm not showing it. Okay, before you know it, you're going to be getting that message. Before you know it, you're going to be getting that return and apologies from that dear soulmate, that divine lover, that destiny. Okay, all you have to do now is love on you, which should be easy, and imagine a better future. Take pleasure in the things that you have in your life every day and make life happy and make life great. Remember, you already are whole. You don't need anyone or anything. So keep imagining that, guys. And like I always say, love is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming, guys. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're interested in a tarot class, it's available January 1st. You can make payments now, starting with a $99 payment. You get a deck of cards, My Tarot Revised for Learning, and the class. So you can go ahead and go to Venmo and pay that now. The link is in the description. And please go to jks1111.com if you want to get on that roster. It is a closed class. There's only a certain amount of people that are supposed to be in that class based on questions and all of that. I may not even fill it. I don't know. But if I do, great. If not, we'll just have a happy class. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your dedication of watching me all the time and subscribing. That's a big, big plus. I speak the truth and not everybody likes it. I think this week I just lost 50 subscribers like that because I spoke the truth. It's tough for everyone to hear. So if you guys are still here and watching this channel, you are a trooper. You've got what it takes to listen to the hard truth and difficult messages, and you have what it takes to grow, and you have what it takes to come back together with your soulmate. And I believe you that you're going to make this happen. So thank you for being here and a part of this collective that I get to read for. And that's it. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Tomorrow or the next day, I'll probably be doing water signs or earth, one or the other. Have some fun with it. And maybe I'll do a bonus tonight. Depends on how I feel up with it. But maybe I'll just do a little all signs bonus tonight. We'll see how it goes. But it's already getting late, so if not, don't kill me. My back has been killing me as it is. So I love you. I'm going to take care of that and my kids. I'll see you later, guys. Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your sweet comments. Thank you all for your donations. Thank you so much. If you want to support my channel and give a shout out and say hi, you can always donate to Venmo. I really appreciate that. Also, I guess for now, I'll be doing another $33 reading. So I have 197 of you left watching. If you guys want to go ahead and get in with the $33 readings, you can. I do it for 30 minutes after this video posts. If you're watching this video and it's 2 days ago, 10 hours ago, 5 hours ago, it doesn't apply. This is 30 minutes after this video posts and you've been watching this. It's an opportunity for the 190 plus people watching, because mostly you guys are into it right now. It's your opportunity. If you guys want to have your cards read, you can go to Venmo and do the $33 and ask a question, and I'll pull some cards for you on your situation in another reading. Okay? So I love you guys. If you want to participate, 30 minutes after the post, the 33. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed and beautiful, wonderful day. Thank you all so much. Bye, guys.